Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, along with G. Bush, Dustin Fox, and Tyvis Powell. I'm Adam the Bull. We've got Mike, Anthony, and Steve behind the glass. Earl is with us today as well, and a lot to get to on today's show after we hear from our title sponsor. Mike, tell us about it.
Our title sponsor is you, Bull. I was wrong. Today's the day we don't have a title sponsor. We're back tomorrow.
I'm the title sponsor.
With Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So today's title sponsor is please hit that subscribe button. Have we made it to 75 yet, Ant? Are we just shy? We are. We're just over 75,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Thank you. I'm talking to you specifically, not the person next to you, not the person to your left. You, for subscribing to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
I was trying to find out how many, what percentage of YouTube channels have 75,000 subscribers. You can't find that. I wasn't able to find it. You got like 10,000, because I had 10,000 on my podcast. I know that's 4.8% of YouTube channels. And 100,000, but there's not specifically for 75. But
that means
we'll be at 100,000 before you know it.
That means you got to step your game up and get to that 100. You know
oh yeah, it's been 3 years, right?
3.5.
75,000.
3.5 years.
3.5 years. That's
couldn't. The other day I was talking. I was like, "Has it been 3 years or 2 years or 2.5 or 3.5?" I couldn't remember, but yeah. In fact, we just hit, I think, 3.5 years exactly, because it was May 9th. Of 2022.
May 9th, 22 was the first day we ever had a UCSS.
That's right. So
I was here that day.
You were.
You were.
Tyvis was kind of out of left field that day.
Well, Tyvis never was at rehearsals. Tyvis was doing something, and we had, Brad Sellers in for rehearsal. Steve Becker sat in for a rehearsal show. We had never actually had Tyvis on until the first
Had
day.
we had Tyvis been hired already?
Yes, but he was doing something.
I don't remember what I was doing.
Were you at a Big Ten Network orientation or something like that?
Yeah. That might be what it was.
We were doing test runs the week before. We were getting free food every day.
Yeah, man.
They were the good old days.
And whatever day it was, I
tubes.
wasn't supposed to be on that day, but something happened, and I had to switch and just be on that.
Right.
Yeah, Brad Sellers couldn't make it because it was a Monday. Yeah. Brad was on Monday, Friday. Tyvis always has been Tuesday, Thursday, so we had to switch them. And Tyvis came in out of the bullpen, did a great job, and
the rest is history, right?
That's wild, bro.
You
know what I'm saying? Back then.
By the way, Mike just got done watching Task, another show I recommended.
So good.
I mean, I don't know how I'm not making money reviewing TV shows.
Why don't you?
I've been trying to tell him that. Don't even talk to him, Dustin.
Why don't you start doing an Instagram channel or?
I was doing a show. I was doing a podcast briefly, but I wasn't making any money off it, so I stopped doing it.
Bro,
yeah, but you like talking about it though.
I know.
Do it for yourself.
What is this Task on?
It's on HBO Max. It stars Mark Ruffalo.
What is it about?
Mark Ruffalo is a troubled man who was a priest, now is an FBI agent, but he's going through a lot of stuff personally, and he's assigned to be part of a task force looking for a bunch of guys who are robbing drug dealers.
See, Bull, I told you, you need a little marketing with you. You got to have a hook.
I need you for the marketing.
You got to have a hook. Like, you can't just be on here. The thing what you need to be doing is, I told you, you need to review them with your son.
Yeah. Well, he was on my podcast. I was bring him on for one segment.
So basically, what you do is you review the joint, and you be like, now you just want to review them in 5 minutes. 5 minutes or under, and I'm going to tell you all you need to know about the movie without you seeing it, but you still need to see it.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a cliff notes, and then you leave them at a cliffhanger, and then you go, boom, and have them come in and do
something. I don't know. I did watch 2 movies last night. One was called Plane. It was just like an action flick. It's been on Netflix. You've probably seen it. It pops up when you first put on Netflix. I can't remember the guy's name. He's Scottish in real life. He's done a bunch of action movies, but I can't think of his name. Nobody else that I can think. Oh, and the guy who played Luke Cage, Anybody watch Luke Cage?
Yeah.
That dude, Mike. I think his first name is Mike.
He's low-key in that
Big dude, man.
In that universe, Luke Cage is kind of overpowered in terms of power level, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I like Luke. I like the character, but anyway, he's a pilot. This British guy, I can't think of his name. Not British, Scottish, and the guy who played Luke Cage is on the plane. He's in handcuffs, and the plane crashes, and
Get away.
Well, that's a long story, but I don't want to give it away. And then I watched some other movie with Willem Dafoe yesterday where he was in prison, and then it's called Animal Kingdom or Animal something or other about prison life. I don't know.
Nothing gets by you, man. You watch
I like to
everything.
watch all this.
Are you going to watch Black Phone 2?
I saw it.
Was it good?
I didn't watch the first one.
You didn't watch the first one?
First
Why
off,
do I not? It's on.
I'm not a big horror movie
It's
guy.
not horror, really.
It's not
it is?
really a horror.
More of a psychological thriller.
Okay.
You liked Weapons?
He liked
Loved
Weapons.
Weapons.
Dude, you
Yeah.
would love Black Phone.
Okay,
Hey.
I'll have to go watch it.
By the way,
Watch the first.
Yeah.
You said something about that plane.
Yeah.
Shout out to your man DB Cooper. Listen, what a mystery. If you haven't not watched
DB Cooper.
DB Cooper, bro.
Never heard of it.
This man. I
He
guess
wasn't in this movie.
No, but I'm just saying. You said flight. It just got me thinking. Like
yeah,
DB
yeah.
Cooper, he just got a 727 Boeing jet.
That's right.
Told the FBI, yeah, give me a jet. I need a jet, this money, and a heist. And this dude just disappeared.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
a
never
crazy
been back.
story.
Yeah.
Never heard of
True
it.
story.
True
Yeah,
story.
it is a crazy story.
Shout out to DB Cooper wherever you are.
So
He's
why
probably
did you say the government gave it to him?
He told the FBI, give me that
Yeah.
727.
Yeah.
I also watched.
Why?
Because he wanted to get away. He had some hostages.
Hostages. And he allegedly parachuted out.
Yeah.
Oh,
probably died. I don't
is this the thing? Somebody told me about this.
Well, yeah, it's urban legend, but
Yeah.
it's real life though.
Real
And
story.
they-
No, I was
they
talking-
never could find him. You
Yeah,
know
well,
what?
they
It's the
didn't find
dude
him.
I follow on TikTok
Oh,
and Instagram that's just telling
Did you
me.
anybody see the movie? I can't remember what it was called. I saw it recently also. It wasn't great, but it was the real reason I bring it up is because it was an interesting story about that high school football team, De La Salle.
Yeah.
They won 151 games in a row. It was an interesting story, and then the losing streak got snapped at the beginning of the next season. They actually lost 2 in a row to start the season, and they still ended up coming back and winning the championship.
Do you know who won the national championship after De La Salle?
Was it you guys?
Ken McKinley.
Ken McKinley.
How do they decide who the national champion is?
Whatever team G. Bush is on.
That's it.
No, but like,
Back in the day, it was USA Today declared it.
but like, how would you know? Like, who's watching California and Ohio football in high school?
I mean, that's where the chat obsession came from.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
lose.
Guess
in
so.
there.
All right, let's get to some sports topics now,
Yeah,
Mike.
2 things before we dive into sports. We just want to
Yeah.
wish everyone. We know it's Veterans Day, so we want to say thank you to everyone who's.
You know, Dustin and I talked about it on the podcast, and Steve said to me, "Make sure you talk about Veterans Day." And of course, I got sidetracked with all this other stuff that we
did talk about it for the first 5 minutes of the show today.
So
And
just want to say thank
obviously,
you to everyone who goes out, serves our country, and we appreciate the sacrifice you guys make.
yes,
Yes, what's it?
Yeah, well said.
absolutely.
Cosign.
And
And-
also,
yeah.
Ant has a very special announcement to make real quick.
Yeah, it's Bree and I's 3-year anniversary today. Love you, hun. I know you're not watching, but happy
Congratulations.
anniversary.
3 years.
Why is she not watching? I mean, that's
She's
not nice.
working.
Good job.
Unacceptable.
She has like a real job where she's not allowed to have YouTube up next to her the whole time. So.
Wow. What kind of job
fair.
world are we living in that you can't watch YouTube while you're working? I mean,
It's a
that's
disgrace.
crazy.
Absolute
inexcusable.
disgrace.
Inexcusable.
But, guys, we do have a big
Yeah.
show, a lot of sports to get to, and let's start with the Cavaliers after a quick word from the Home Builders Association. Gift big this year with a Home for the Holidays raffle. You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season and help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish kids with critical illnesses. Raffle proceeds benefit Make-A-Wish OKI, which has granted over 22,000 wishes to children facing critical illnesses across Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana since 1983. This year's house is a custom-built ranch by Petros Homes and has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a 3-car garage. It also includes amazing features like a great room with vaulted ceilings, an unbelievable kitchen, and a mudroom with open lockers. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidays.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidays.org. Terms and conditions apply. Guys, it was a crazy Cavs game last night. And there's a Darius Garland injury update we're still waiting on. We'll get to the DG part of this in a second. But in case anyone missed it, I want to walk you guys through the final 5 seconds of the game. The Cavs were down by 3 And then this happened. Steve, you want to take the video here? Donovan Mitchell is going to get the rebound off a Sam Merrill miss, dribble out to the corner himself, and while falling down, turning, an incredible shot.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question about that play?
Yeah.
Was that a bad shot by
Merrill?
Merrill.
No.
They drew it up for
No,
him.
he's like falling
that play
down.
was drawn up exactly
They
for how
needed
that
a
worked.
3 to tie.
And did Donovan step out of bounds?
You're asking a lot of questions. I'm sure they reviewed it.
I'm
Well, they did
curious.
review it. They said he didn't step out. So.
That's an amazing shot by
Yeah,
Donovan.
incredible.
Wait.
Sam Merrill, by the way, had made 4 threes in the second half. He was
Yeah,
on
he
fire
did.
in the
Yeah.
second
He was
half.
on
They
fire.
drew this play up for him specifically.
Yeah.
Yakum.
Dude,
With 6
Donovan had
seconds left.
15 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, his
That's
rebound-
got to be his career high, right?
Nice.
I'll double. I'm not positive on that, but his rebounding when I make his season stats went up 2 whole rebounds in one game, which doesn't happen. So this is what
For them
we
to
should have
lose
been
the way
talking
they
about to start
did.
today's show. Should have been the start.
Yeah.
Except 408. Then Steve, take 408, please. No, that's 385. Steve, 408, please. Then this happened.
Yeah.
Well, I could have let you take the Darius Garland injury instead of the Andrew Wiggins game-winning alley-oop. Some
just don't
terrible
understand
defense here
it.
by the Cavs. Some miscommunication. I'll give you guys my thoughts in a sec, but Bull, when you watch
Yeah,
this,
Mike did a
what do
good
you
breakdown on this.
Yeah, he
Check
broke it
it out
down
on Twitter.
He broke it down for us in studio too.
Whoever you want to blame, it's inexcusable to allow a guy to be wide open for a dunk to end the game after Donovan Mitchell just hit, an all-time shot.
I mean, why is somebody not just standing under the basket? Like,
well, that's what Anthony said. Anthony's
I don't understand it. To catch and shoot here would be so difficult.
Yeah.
You gotta protect against.
so Evan
that.
Mobley's in the corner. Who's he in the corner with? Evan.
Jaime Jaquez, who's a decent shooter, you
Jaime
can't
Jaquez.
leave him just wide open.
How long does it take to get a shot off?
You have 0.4
0.3.
seconds, which is exactly how much time was on the clock. So they
thought it
technically
was
could have
0.3.
caught and shoot. No, if it's under 0.4, you can't catch and shoot.
Oh,
At
okay, I see.
0.4, you can catch and shoot.
All right,
Still
so
a difficult
one you
shot.
could say should have Mobley have gone to the
You
corner.
gotta go out with a shot, man.
But here's the first mistake.
Why is it?
Ish.
Do we have no other big guys we could put in the game?
No,
Right.
Dustin,
Yeah.
that's where I'm going.
Yeah,
Donovan
yeah.
Mitchell, with all due respect to Donovan, who's the Cavs'
This was
best
so
player,
dumb.
He shouldn't have been.
should not be on the ball there. You have Jared Allen and Thomas Bryant both on your bench. Nikola Jovic, who's inbounding the ball, is 6'8", 6'9",
Yeah,
depending on which one
he
you
had an
want to
easy
list.
look. Donovan can do all the jumping and waving of
You
his hands
have
he
to
wants.
put a 7-footer in front of him there.
Yes.
You have to. That's the first, in my opinion, that's the biggest mistake out of any of this. Is you don't
You
have
don't need Donovan on the floor there. You don't need Merrill on the floor there. Like you need long guys who are 7 feet tall.
Well, I said the same thing on Merrill. Mike did say that Merrill is good at like chasing guys.
Merrill's really good at chasing guys over screens.
So, but
If there's more time, guys, but there's .4.
That's what I. It's
no,
the point.
Jared Allen should have been out there.
100%.
They should have brought him in to guard the inbounder. But here's the thing: watch Sam Merrill. Can we run that play again?
Yeah, we'll put it back
He
up.
got
Hold
like
on.
lost on the.
Sam
play.
Merrill got completely lost. He didn't stay with the screener, and he didn't go after
Nobody. He
the
just-
guy who took advantage of the screen, which was Wiggins. Like once Hunter can't get through, he's gotta go with Wiggins, and he did.
I also think Hunter's effort there is pretty weak.
And you got to know that the back screen is coming. Like, I mean, where can you get? Where I can live with somebody catching the ball, doing a crazy turnaround three with .4, but I am not okay with you getting back screen and you not understanding where it's
switch
coming.
nothing.
Nothing.
I
Didn't
ain't
switch.
Listen,
Louise.
I ain't
You got
even-
Dean Wade guarding half court. What the hell's he doing?
Yeah, good point.
Why are you
He's guarding the logo.
Awareness is a thing that we just. Why you way
Make
out
sure you
there?
protect. I mean, geez,
Protect the
Louise.
I
basket,
ain't
my
even
G.
gonna lie to y'all. That's a great play.
It was a hell
It is a great play.
No.
And Spoelstra clearly outcoached.
Drew that up perfect.
And as Mike said, he's a good point. Kenny Atkinson got tossed for the game. He wasn't there in that moment, and that's part of the reason they got screwed up.
Yeah, it's just a miscommunication. Like, in that situation,
Yeah.
Sam Merrill. So, 2 things. The way Dean Wade guards the guy who's coming through the elevator screen tells me that they said don't switch, or else they would have naturally switched that from the
Right.
get-go. If you're not going to switch, then Sam Merrill has to be in a situation to where he's not getting kind of caught in no man's land. And he gets caught in no man's land where he's not sure what he thinks Davion Mitchell's going to do. Should I go and make sure he doesn't flash to the ball and catch easy? Do I stay back? Mitchell sets a good screen on Hunter. But the one thing you cannot, under any circumstance, give up in that situation is a wide open lob to the rim. And this is as open an easy of a game winner as you will ever see in the National Basketball
That's
Association.
probably the only way they're going to score. Nobody's catching and shooting there. It's unlikely. I think Anthony actually is fair that maybe Mobley should have just stayed under the basket, but obviously that he wasn't told to do that. But here's the thing. You said DeAndre Hunter didn't seem like he gave great effort off that pick, and that might be fair. I also feel like if you look at the play, it seems like Hunter didn't know the pick was coming. Like, isn't Merrill's job to tell him pick? Like, isn't that part of your job?
Look at Bull basketball knowledge. Of course you're supposed to do that.
Mike? I mean,
at that point in time, you got to be communicating everything.
Right, look at
everything.
Run the play again, because it looks to me like Hunter did not see that pick coming, which I don't know, but
he had to assume, at least in that situation, you have to assume.
Yeah.
I'm guarding the paint by any means necessary. If they make the shot, they make the shot.
We have 5 guys in the court and not one guy is in the paint.
That's what I'm saying.
No, not just close.
No way.
And the only way they win the game is to get in the paint.
If they hit the shot, they hit the shot. But I'm not giving them no dunk. That's
have
crazy.
Hunter's at the top of the key. Merrill's, just above the free throw line. Everybody else is not even close to the paint.
So bad.
Can I get in here real quick? My whole logic behind it was, why wouldn't you want them taking the lower percentage lob? They're not going to get a full second to set and shoot. They're going to probably miss that.
Yeah,
three.
I mean, in the end, if Jaime, whatever his name is, makes a 3 from the buzzer,
shake his hand.
what are you going to do?
He doesn't have time for a full catch and shoot. Like he catches it and it's got to go.
Yeah, people panic in them situations. Like, it's not your actual jump shot. It's like, get it off as fast as possible.
Right. You have no time to set.
Can I give you just devil's advocate real quick?
Go ahead.
Let's say he didn't chase Jaquez, stayed right under the rim. They threw it to Jaquez 12 feet from the basket, and he caught with the easiest wide open. Now, it wouldn't have been more open than that. We would have came in and said, what the hell is Mobley doing? Like, I think Mobley's in a no-win. I look at the issues on this play.
I get it.
Right about
in particular, at the two guys.
That may be a criticism that's easy to say once it's over.
Let me ask you this, Mike. In that scenario, is Andrew Wiggins going to the cup or that, and he just so happened to not throw it to him, and he throws it to the Jaime? If that's the case, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Say it again.
If in your scenario where you say that Evan Mobley is wrong in either way, which he does, if he stayed in the paint and Wiggins was coming for the lob, but they said forget that and threw it to the other guy in the corner, is that the scenario?
Yeah, but that would. You're not.
If that's the scenario, I'm not gonna say nothing to Mobley. He did the right thing.
Yeah,
he took away the high percentage shot.
Right. Again, hindsight's easy to say 20/20.
It is. You can argue that every Cavs player on the court screwed up.
Yes. The reality, and also
except for maybe Mitchell, I guess.
If you really want to get even like deep into this,
Dean
Wade follows Norm Powell through the elevator screen.
Right, in no sense.
Watch when he go. Dean Wade, look where Dean Wade is on this play.
What are you doing?
If we want to say, and once again, I don't think it's Dean's fault. I'm just pointing.
No, but once, who is it that went through?
Norm Powell. Once
Powell's like a couple steps past the top of the key, fly back into the paint.
That's my cousin.
I don't think he was going to get there, but still, like, what are you doing?
I think you could look at every single Cav other than Donovan, who shouldn't have been out there in the first place. I mean, Don's giving full effort. You can only you can't be taller than you are. Right?
Can't Donovan say to who's the assistant coach? Johnny Davis.
Johnny Bryant.
Johnny Bryant. Why isn't Donovan, like, you're the leader, like, why don't you say, hey, we got to get Jared Allen.
Hey, watch this. You know what I think? Y'all shouldn't even have been at that point. Like, you go back and look at the game, Miami pretty much outplayed them the whole first half.
But I love the way that we played in that fourth quarter, man. Like, that first half, I don't really put a lot of stock into it in the NBA. The way we was hitting some shots in the fourth. I'm talking about Dean Wade didn't hit 2, Merrill didn't came on and hit 4. They was hooping in the fourth quarter.
If you are a Miami Heat fan and you listening to this, they're going to say, bro, you just hit a miraculous turnaround, backwards throw-up shot from Donovan Mitchell.
Off a rebound.
Like, that's the way it bounced. So I can't get mad. Like, oh my gosh, you came back and did that. That was lucky to even be in that position. Yeah. You was lucky to even be.
They erased a 16-point fourth quarter deficit.
Right.
So like they forced overtime. But the big story.
Yeah. Dean Wade is Mr. November, by the way.
Yeah. The loss is what it is. Like, obviously a bad loss. The big story is Darius Garland's getting an X-ray on his big toe again, and this is the play where it happened. It happened in the first half. It's nothing that stands out, but you can see after he falls on this play, he's going to pound the floor in frustration. He went out of the game, went back to the locker room. He got cleared by the medical staff. Kenny said in his post-game presser, our trainers cleared him. Darius said he wanted to go back and play, so we let him come in. He then re-aggravated again in the second half. and now it's another toe injury for a guy who just spent the last 5 months recovering from a toe injury.
Jeez.
We'll see the severity of it later today, but the loss is the loss. This is a much more significant loss in the big picture for Cleveland.
That was a nothing play. I mean, for him to re-injure it on that tells me that it wasn't ready, and it's concerning. We talked about this, Bull, this morning. Like the fact that he did have surgery to repair that toe and the ligament. It's like, man, that's concerning because you rushed him back, and now we're talking about this is speculation, 100%. I get it. We don't know what's going on, but you're thinking if that happened just now, are we looking at another surgery to repair it?
Let's hope not. Hey, I just think that it's November. He could have waited till late December. It was no rush.
We don't need him until 2026.
Why was he already back, Mike? Originally, he was supposed to be out months.
No, he was right on time.
He was?
Yeah,
I thought he was supposed to be out longer than that.
You always, but you should go later.
They said could miss up to the first 10 games.
But what was the rush to bring him back?
Our offense.
That's the fourth. Now he's hurt that toe 3 times in 6 months.
I don't think it was a rush to bring him back.
Cut it off.
Let me tell you this.
Cut it off.
Hey, I want to point
Yeah.
out. Can I see that play again? He got hurt on that play, but that was an absolute dime he just dropped. He dropped on display. I don't know if it was a foul or what, but that was a dime. That's a dime.
They ended up calling a foul on Yogi.
I'm gonna tell you this. So unfortunately, I didn't had surgery on my big toe. I had a pin put in it. I done had I had turf toe.
Ooh,
and it was level. Basically people say turf toe, but basically you tear ligaments in your toe.
Yeah, I mean those ligaments around that toe are they get inflamed and you can tear them, and you basically can't put any pressure. You can't push off your foot.
You can't do nothing.
No. Yeah.
So in this case, this is the problem that I'll be having. It's not the fact that Darius Garland rushed back. It's the fact that I be trying to warn people. Sometimes you can have injuries and it ain't right no more. Like people say, when you go under the knife, you come out, you be like, oh, he's better than ever. Bro, you go under the knife, you can have a 5% chance that you 95% from now on. Or you can come back in and be like, yeah, I'm good, but I really don't got the feeling and level. And the thing about toes and feet is they notoriously hard to get blood flow to.
Yeah.
It's notorious. So even if you do heal it, right, and you having surgery, you got to worry about the fact that is it really all the way healed? If you re-injure it, how long do you got to stay off of it? And for a small guard who is predicated on quickness, change of direction, speed, agility, when you put that much torque and pressure on your feet, you can do it like this, and you can so to me it's scary because knowing who he is and knowing what his game is and having that injury, you don't know when it's going to heal or how well it's going to heal moving forward. Period.
Or will he ever be the same player again?
It could be a chronic deal, where it's not. He'll never have that ability to push off that toe, and obviously you have to have that. It's concerning, but we don't need him right now.
Yeah.
Now, how long do we think? I mean, he's got to be out a while, Mike. I mean, obviously, we're waiting to get more information here, but he can't come back anytime soon. I would,
if I was in the Cavs situation, regardless of what the X-rays come back today, I'm being whatever. There's the cautious.
Well,
then
the
there's
X-ray's
the
not going to show
abundantly
anything.
cautious. Then there's the
injury.
Rapman Saran.
Right.
MRI.
They're going to need MRI.
I'm not until I have the utmost confidence that he is literally back to 100%.
And then I'd wait another couple of weeks.
I assume they did that this time. And, the Cavs have a great training staff. They work with university hospitals and the Cleveland Clinic. The Cavs at the clinic, Browns at the university hospitals. Like, they have elite medical staff. So if they said he was ready, I'm taking their word that he was ready. Right. I'm worried that this is, Dustin mentioned, possibly a chronic thing.
Well, I mean, think about it. He first injured it last,
against the Heat in the playoffs.
No. He injured it before that.
Yes.
He came back and then injured.
Remember, he missed a couple of games, like in February or March or something.
Was that a toe too?
It was.
Yes, he hurt his toe. Then he hurt it again.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, you're right.
Right, and then he hurt it again, had to have the surgery. Now he hurt it again. They sent him back in the game, and then he hurt it again. So I know it's the same injury yesterday, but it's like three times. And after surgery, then hurt it again a few months later.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's concerning.
Yeah, that's why I always, people think sometimes I'll be like, man, you're such a pessimist. And I'm like, listen, man, I'm just giving you the real, bro. Like, people be talking about windows all the time and how this window is open and this guy coming back, and you're like, well, I remember JOK was the coldest linebacker we had, and then or David Bell or Jedrick Wills. Like, these dudes is all finished because of injuries. And when you got a person that he's a max player, and you see how the offense is looking, I told people that the biggest improvement from what I saw the first couple of games was the fact that Darius Garland was back, so the ball was moving and spacing was there. If they don't got him, they ain't winning no championship at all. That's a wrap. You might
the way OKC's playing anyways, it's gonna be tough anyways.
I mean,
but I hear what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that yes, the ball definitely flows different. I think that it'll be some growing pains, but I have faith that they could figure something out by the time they get to the postseason. It's not like they weren't winning games without Darius. It just looked a little more challenging.
Yeah, but they're going to need all hands on deck.
That's a fact.
They need all that.
To win a championship.
They need all that.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Like, when you play against teams like New York, the problem is New York got about 7 dudes that can be like, oh, he had 30? Brunson had 30. Cat
as
had
critical
30,
as we've all been at
30.
times on him.
Who?
Darius.
Who been the critical?
Oh, wait. Everybody but you has been critical at times, especially G. Bush and I.
Yes, that was me.
We still know he's at worst their third best player.
Oh, look, offensively, he's their second best player.
Right, offensively, he's their second best player. You're not winning a championship, unless you have LeBron. You're not winning a championship without one of your top 3 players.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City Thunder ain't even Jalen Williams ain't even playing.
And he was their second best player, right? Last year. I don't know if he is
playing.
That's crazy to
What?
me.
What?
Man, they doing this and they best defender.
They're going to be a dynasty, right?
And they got 1,000 picks too. They got 1,000 number ones.
I know.
How you got 1,001 number 1 picks just
You make
chilling?
one trade that changes the entire trajectory of your franchise.
What was the trade again?
Paul George for SGA and 6 first-round picks.
Oh, my God. And SGA is 1,000 times better than Paul George.
100 million.
Whatcavs
Greatest fleecing of all time.
Fleece.
You see, whatcavs about to get fired today?
Who?
Nico Harrison.
Nico Harrison. The
Now?
Mavs.
Yeah, I
GM.
know. It's so funny. So
They don't fire him after he trades Luka? Now they're going to fire him?
No, they was like, yeah, we got some pieces. Now get out. we used you for your.
How are the Mavs doing? I haven't paid any attention to them.
Not good.
They're not good, but at least they're interesting. So they could be. They got Cooper Flag.
Is he good? Is he playing
Is Kyrie
well?
playing?
Kyrie's out till
Kyrie
March.
out.
Cooper Flag's been okay, but the Mavs are 3-8 and second last in the Western
Who's
Conference.
been the best rookie so far? The guy in Philly?
Edgecomb's been the best. Yeah, he's been the best rookie so far.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, you still gonna pay for that trade, even though you got us up out of it. Low key, bye.
Damn.
Peace out, homie.
Well, they didn't get him out of it. They got lucky.
They got lucky, right? Like, so they was like, yeah, we're gonna come back today. Like,
you got lucky. You don't get it. You don't get any points for.
You don't get no points for that lottery ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get out of here.
I did an Ultimate Cab show this morning. Did a little more in depth on the game.
Yeah.
Also had Eli Kell-Abrams, the head coach of the Charge, on. So go check out that interview. They got their home opener on Friday. They're also a sponsor of UCSS. They start tomorrow. So
oh, nice.
We're big Charge fans moving forward.
So their first game's tomorrow?
No, they're in Detroit tomorrow. First home game's Friday.
First home game's Friday on my birthday.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe G, we'll see G there at
What are you doing for your birthday?
I'm going to. Rosie has an immigration here to be a permanent settlement.
Oh, nice.
Citizen.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he thought I was laughing. See, he thought I was joking. I wasn't joking. I do say a lot of jokes about immigration.
Yeah,
but
You know, we can afford to get our feet on the wood at the Charge game.
We could do that. I can make that happen.
See?
Feet on the wood is
I'm
Feet on the
trying.
wood at
unbelievable
the Charge
experience.
game. Now, that's-
Like, please do not put feet on the wood in your search box. That's not going to turn out well. That's not work safe.
Yeah. That is,
Ty, we'll talk.
Stay away from that.
We can make that happen. All right, guys,
that's wild.
Let's pivot and talk a little
yeah,
football,
it is.
guys.
You just don't
Our
know.
first
Y'all into
football
some
topic of
weird
the day
stuff.
is
Yeah.
brought to us by Rippling.
That's
If
true.
you're a business owner, here's the truth. SaaS promised to make work easier, but now the average company is buried by hundreds of apps that slow you down, slow your teams down, and just don't work together. That's not SaaS, that's sad. Software as a disservice, and that's why you need Rippling. Rippling is a unified platform from global HR, payroll, IT, and finance all in one place. They've helped millions of businesses replace a mess of disconnected tools with one system designed to give leaders clarity, speed, and control. And right now, you can get 6 months free when you visit rippling.com/LockedOnNFL. That's Rippling, RIPPLING.com/LockedOnNFL for 6 months free. Terms and conditions apply. So, guys, I was going through the archives of the day, and I remember Jimmy Haslam said something in his annual preseason press conference that caught my eye. I wanted to make sure I heard him right. Now, our good friend...
So it caught your ear more than your eye.
Caught my ear, correct. Our good friend of the program, Jeff Shudell, asked Jimmy what they had to go record-wise for it to be considered a success.
I saw this making rounds.
So, Jeff Shudell asked the question. This was Jimmy Haslam's answer to that question.
Would be a successful season.
Jeff, you really think we're going to answer that? Listen, we got to do better than 3, okay? To put a number on it, I don't think we will ever do that. Everybody, coaches, players, personnel, ownership, all knows that 3 and 14 won't cut it. We've got to do better. I think we'll know what better looks like.
It's funny how he said in the beginning, I'm not going to put a number on it, but we got to do better than 3 and 4. We got to do better than 3. Well, are they going to do better than 3?
Well, I tell you what, I was looking at the schedule,
Mr. 9 and 8,
and the not this week. Next week's game is pivotal. If they can beat the Raiders
on the road,
I think they'll get the Titans. I think the Titans is like a layup, but I thought the Jets was a layup. But anyways, I think that.
But he said 3 was not good enough.
I know,
which means
but
they
that
got
would give them 4. If they beat the Raiders,
they
Titans,
got 2
they got
wins,
2
right.
already. That would give them 4. So next week's game is critical, which is why. What I say, G. Bush?
You did tell me that 3-4 weeks ago. You did tell me. You did pull up to the pod. You was in the barbecue. You did say that.
The only way Shedeur Sanders is playing
is if Jimmy says
Gabriel gets hurt or Jimmy forces his hand. At least that's how it feels like to me.
I think this
which is crazy.
This week's game is telling. Whatever the attendance is, if it's way down,
it should be.
It's only one way to get them back.
No fan should go to this game.
It's only when that 49ers game is only one way to get them to come.
So, guys, the Browns have 8 games left.
Yeah.
How many right now? Bring up the schedule, Mike, if you will.
2.
So we got
3.
There we go. Ravens at home, at the Raiders, Niners at home, Titans at home, at the Bears, Bills at home, Steelers at home, at the Bengals. How many games? What's your prediction right now? Browns are 2-7, 8 games left.
3.
What's your prediction? Final record?
5 and 12.
5 and 12.
There's no chance.
3 games. I gotta win it.
What's your prediction, Dustin?
I wish they should. At this point, they shouldn't. They shouldn't win it.
They're going to lose every game.
Have you watched them?
I have.
How are they going to win a game?
I mean, they've been in some of these games. It's not crazy. I'm saying 3 and 14, and I thought I was being crazy.
So they should.
I could give them that other win. I don't know where it's going to come. I mean, the Titans, they should win at home.
Yeah,
because they're terrible, but their offense can't score. So it would take a punt return, a kickoff return, or a pick 6, fumble, recovery, something to get points on the board.
All right, so you're saying 2 and 15. You're saying 5.
You could twist my arm for the third win, sure.
3 and 14. I'm saying 3 and 14. They're not getting 4. 5 and 12. G. Bush, what say you? I think 4 is best.
They're not getting 4.
I think if you squint hard enough, if you just like,
it's like Magic Eye.
Yeah, let me see what we doing.
8-9.
I'm an eyeball. If you eyeball the work,
8-9. Say it.
You can get 4.
You can get 4.
Now look, let me just say this. One of those games is gonna have to be a Myles Garrett just was like, they can't score no points.
Touchdown.
Defenses like
it'll be the Raiders.
You need one of them the Miami Dolphins type games, right?
That'll be the Raiders game.
Like what the Seahawks did the other day.
Right.
Where, what's his name had 2 sack fumble touchdowns.
First half.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
So that's where I'm going with it. But here for me, I already think the writing is already on the wall. Like. He already know what he's doing.
It's at a point
they moving. I don't care if they won 6 games. They done.
It's at the point of the season where it really does you no good to win.
But isn't there some? I always used to feel that way for most of my life. But eventually you have to start winning. Like have some winning culture.
Yeah, that's why they need. That's why the coaches.
That's why he's going to go.
They need to make the whole.
Yeah. Well,
so here now here's the way I view it. Look. Once we should have known what it was. Once they traded Joe Flacco, it was done. Like that was the signification of, oh, we are totally on different pages here because things like that just don't happen, Bull, around the league. Then he turns play calling over, right?
Yeah.
That happened 2 years in a row. You don't turn play calling over and then do it again the next year. That doesn't happen.
It is unusual, yes.
Especially when you say that it was, if we would have ran my offense, it would have been better. That type of thing.
Your chief strategy officer says, yeah, let me take this baseball job in the middle of the year. I'm going to still come to the game and see you guys off, though. And then now you have 2 rookie quarterbacks, and it seems like it's pulling teeth for you to even for him to even say the dude's name. Right now, it's obvious to me, like, they are on different pages. They are moving in different directions, and they're going to play this thing out. I do believe that, he's going to do everything in his power to keep playing Dylan Gabriel because that's his guy or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's not in his hands. The owner will say when he's going to play.
Well, G, real quick, do you think they're worse this year than they were last year then? Like, are they actually taking a step back from a 3-14 2020 season?
Yes.
Who was our
What do you guys think about that?
Yes.
I think they're.
No, I think last year was better.
No. This year's offense is unwatchable. Last year's offense, at least I got to see.
You said, is this offense worse? Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Is this team worse? Yes.
Yes.
I think the roster is a tiny bit better, but the team is worse. But they're playing worse football because you've added some of the best players on the team are rookies.
Yes.
So there's more talent on this team, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because you have at least 4 guys, right? Who
Judkins, Fannin,
are
Schlesinger.
4 of their top 10 players who are new.
Who was our tackles last year?
Offensive tackles?
Yeah.
Jed Wills, James Hudson.
Yeah. Conklin played a little.
We ain't had no.
Plus they added, I can't think of anybody's name right now.
They have Leviston, not Leviston.
Well, no, forget that. I'm saying, in addition to the 4 rookies who have made the talent better, they also added the defensive lineman.
Mason Grant.
Malik Collins.
Malik Collins. So you've added some better players.
Devin Bush.
Who did they lose from last year's team that's a good player? Nobody, right? Am I thinking of it? By the way, Juan Thornhill got cut yesterday. Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But so there's clearly more talent.
Devin Bush has played better for the most part.
But yes. But and Grant Delpit's having a much better season.
Greg Newsome was having a better year.
Yeah. So that's what makes it. They're more talented, and yet they're not any better, and they may be worse. They're certainly worse offensively. They're better defensively than they were last year, but they're pathetic offensively.
The only thing bad about the firing of everybody, like the coach and GM and all that, is that in the midst of all that, you probably will lose Jim Schwartz.
I was just thinking
that's the only thing. That's the only.
That's not a reason to keep everybody.
And Deuce Staley is good as well. Outside of them two.
Well, why couldn't you keep Deuce?
Because I don't think the next person that comes in is going to bring his people. And if you want a Brian Flores, I don't think Jim and Brian run the same.
Well,
defense.
I do want Brian Flores. Somebody that I trust told me that that's not going to happen because
he sued the NFL.
No, well, he may be blackballed because of that.
Well, I mean, and he's black.
But yes.
We ain't gonna have that. We ain't had that since
But no, apparently when I forgot that he interviewed.
Oh yeah, he was black.
He interviewed for the Browns head coaching job in the past.
He did.
And apparently there was a really awkward moment between Jimmy and him, so he's not likely to be the coach here. So that's my guy. But yes, if you're going to hire a defensive coach, obviously Jim Schwartz is going to be gone. But I like Jim Schwartz, but I could live without him.
No, you can't.
I could live without him.
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
I think he actually. What I like about Jim Schwartz is the fact that what he accomplished year one.
Yeah.
Is something that you would think the head coach would have accomplished day one.
Well,
that's crazy to me that he came in the most physical this team has ever been since I've probably been alive.
Yeah.
Was Jim Schwartz's first year as a defensive coordinator. How is it that Jim Schwartz comes in there and changed the mindset not only of the defense, but the entire team? Like, that's crazy he had that significant of an impact. And the head guy has not done that.
It doesn't
necessarily
mean.
If anything, it's regressed in these past few years.
Yeah. Don't necessarily mean Look, the problem I got with a lot of people is they come in and you have a level of ego about yourself, right? If I'm coming in, my job to get the team right is to put out as many fires as quickly as possible. If I come in and I'm looking and I say, okay, well, who has one of the best defenses in the league throughout the last 3-4 years? The Cleveland Browns. Why would I come in just for the sake of changing it? Obviously, you got Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward. They play good defense. I'm going to come in and try to figure something out. Let me figure the special teams out. First and foremost, I need to figure this quarterback situation in this offense. So, I mean, if you're a good candidate and you're a person that want to come in and hit the track running, you might want to look at retaining somebody like Jim Schwartz. I mean, be honest.
So you're getting the offensive mind.
Of course.
Right, but then the problem is that guy's going to want to be a play caller too. I want them to get like a guy who's the head coach.
CEO style.
Yes.
And the CEO style can hire. I would like a
according to
a CEO style guy who Dustin has if he want to go get the hot coordinator and let him cut his teeth.
Yeah.
Cool, just take that. And then I can go ahead and manage it and work on the relationship out in front and work on building a little bit of a culture here. Same way what Mike Vrabel did, right?
Yeah.
Vrabel came in and guess what? He said, Josh McDaniels.
I know right back.
Come on back. Well, I already know what you can do. So it makes it easier. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, and it's crazy that we talking about this early in the season.
I know.
But
what week is we on? 10?
10.
Yeah. Well,
they still have a lot of games left.
Yeah.
Like a half a season.
All right, Mike, we went off the topic a little bit here.
No, that was exactly where we wanted to go.
Yeah.
Which is, Jimmy Haslam said we can't go 3-14. We'll know what better looks like. And the question was, have we seen better? Has anything we've seen on the field been better? And I agree with you guys.
The defense has been a little better.
And Dan Orlovsky losing his mind.
Yeah, he said he
talking about hiring Kevin Stefanski for the Giants.
And I love Dan. But it's that national perspective when they start. When the first thing they say is 2-time coach of the year, we all know that's BS.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like you guys wrote that. Let me just give you.
Like to me, that disqualifies everything you're going to say after that.
Yeah. As if that proves he's a great coach.
He was the 2-time coach of the year. Okay, everything you say after that doesn't matter.
Every coach of the year been fired. Dayball, Vrabel.
Can I just ask a rhetorical question so we can just put this to bed? Do the GMs vote on the coach of the year?
No.
Do the players vote on the coach of the year?
No.
Who votes on the coach of the year?
Media.
Thank you. Enough said.
You answered all his rhetorical questions.
Yeah. Like literally, I mean, if you want to just say if you like somebody, I can give them coach of the year, right? If I identify, I could just it does not mean necessarily like that one year he won it.
Yeah.
Come on, man! Everybody know that was old dude from the Texans should have won that award.
Oh, D'Amico Ryan.
D'Amico Ryan should have won that award that year. He just got hot at the right time.
I thought Stefanski deserved it in 2020.
I agree.
He did. They had a great year, unexpected.
They swept the awards on 23.
23.
Miles,
Schwartz,
that doesn't make you the best coach. It just makes you a coach that's surprised, and what it shows is you couldn't sustain that success.
By the way, the two favorites for Coach of the Year right now on FanDuel, Shane Steichen, the Colts, and Mike Vrabel, the Patriots. Two guys that had win totals at 7.5 and 8.5 respectively, and are both now on pace to win 12, 13
I think what's his name should be up there too, the Seahawks coach.
Yeah,
he should be. He's not. I mean, you're saying right now on FanDuel,
Mike
top
McDonald.
Two.
Hey, look at the job. Look how well they're playing.
And McVay's number 4.
You know who their OC is, right?
Hey, that Colts dude,
Cheryl Bevel.
No, it's Clint
Kubiak.
who we should have hired.
Again, just because he's a good coordinator doesn't mean he's a good head coach.
No. As an OC.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we was trying to figure. He was with the Saints, and the Saints got fired. Everybody was like, well, him and Kevin, they run the same type of stuff. His dad taught Kevin what he knows.
That's true.
So bring him in, and we promoted.
And the Colts, shout out to them. Listen, man, I know. Can you imagine if the owner was on the sideline? Oh my gosh, the owner's down here with a headset on. We'd go crazy.
I know.
And guess what?
Not if you're 8-3.
They 8-3. Hey, it must be working. I'm gonna just give you that. Hey, listen, shout out to the.
So you want Jimmy on the head?
Ms. Ursay, she down here. Maybe she taking notes. I don't know what she doing down there, but it's working.
All right, guys. Let's get to our next topic. Brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA is back. There's no better place to get in on the action Then with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA, even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making a late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when their first $5 bet wins. So head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. So yesterday, right after the show ended, Kevin Stefanski did his annual Monday or weekly Monday press conference, and he said essentially nothing of note. He said in Lyman's terms that Bubba Ventrone is safe and he believes in Bubba, and it's unfair to speculate on when Shedeur will play because it's unfair to young players to put their progress in a linear basis. I don't really want to dive into either of those two things. We can kind of get to that as we dive through it in this situation. But, G, I'll start with you. We've talked about this kind of in roundabout terms in the past, but we know Stefanski says nothing when it comes to actually answering questions. He's going to answer with whatever he wants to answer, regardless of how you ask. Do you think some of the drama with the Browns could be put to bed if he just gave us a straight answer every once in a while?
Yes.
He was just more honest with what he really thought and felt about certain players?
Yes. I've always said Kevin Stefanski might not be a bad guy, but people really need to study communication. They need to study human nature. They should be studying how people receive messaging. And I don't want to sound like I'm some dude coming in doing a corporate training program, but there's a lot of things that you can do in management and leadership that will help you out in the long haul. It makes you look human if you say, I understand that everybody wants to see, Shedeur. Shedeur's working very hard behind the scenes. I've seen a tremendous amount of progress. At the same time, I know Dylan's working hard as well. So, we're excited for both young players. Now, listen, you didn't say which one was going to play. You didn't cut one down. You said that he's been working behind the scenes and doing his thing. But when you say, I don't want to speculate, it's like, what do you mean you don't want to speculate? You act like somebody's asking you to say something that's out of the realm of possibility. Like, help yourself out, man. Like, when you say we have to be better, but don't go into why exactly you need to be better, actually what you're doing, that's a deflection tactic. To be truthful with you, say for instance, y'all got kids and y'all got children, right? I don't have any kids yet, but let me just give y'all that. So something happens with your kid and you call them into the room and say, hey guys, what happened with this? And before he can even explain to what it is, he hits you with this. Hey Dad, listen, I appreciate your concern about this. I got to be better. Got to be better. Thanks for the talk. Walks out. 2 weeks later, you get another report.
Well, it ain't gonna get to 2 weeks later.
you see, Tyvis has already been a black dad. It ain't gonna get to 2 weeks later. Two weeks later, you come in, it's the same thing.
Well, you gonna be better today.
You get this, Dustin. It's the same thing, and you go, hey, tell me about this. I'm trying to seek to understand what's going on. So multiple times this joint is happening. You say, you know what, Dad, I appreciate what you're saying, and I really appreciate how hard you work as a father to raise me. And I appreciate the conversation, and we're gonna be better. Now, at that point, you in your feelings a little bit now. Like, nah, bro, you're gonna have to explain something, bro, about what's happening, how this is moving, because you just saying I have to be better is not taking accountability. What it's doing is deflecting. So it's basically saying, yeah, I hear you. Shut up and leave me alone. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna help you out. That's just not.
I've always thought, and I don't know that fans feel this way. I think some do and some don't. I think when you don't answer any questions, and a lot of people say, well, what do you want him to say? Well, I think, ultimately the only accountability he owes is to the guy paying him, right? Mm-hmm. Jimmy Haslam. Mm-hmm. So maybe behind the scenes he is more accountable. I don't know. I think it's not that he owes the media answers. He owes the fans answers, in my opinion, because football players and football coaches and football owners make all their money because of how popular football is. Because fans spend a lot of money on all these things. Because of that, these guys, coaches, owners, players, get a better life. because fans spend money and care about what they do. If fans didn't care about football, nobody in football would make any money if it wasn't a popular sport. So I think coaches owe it to the fans to take them inside a little bit. Obviously, you can't reveal everything that's going on.
We don't need trade secrets, but we need some sort of clarity, some transparency to what's going on.
Fans are frustrated.
Give us a reason to go to the game this week.
Right.
Give us a reason to go next week.
Yes.
Give us a reason to watch.
Especially when you have no benefit of the doubt. Like when Bill Belichick used to pull this crap, it's frustrating. I didn't like it. I don't think it's an excuse. But they win, so fans don't care. But when you're losing, and when you've won 5 football games since week 18 of the 2023 season, you owe the fans some answers, I think. I mean, again,
plus
I don't know if every fan feels that way, but I bet a lot do.
Guys, we've been here since August, and we've heard multiple people and multiple journalists and multiple people that are in that, talk to those people in the Browns, and they've all told us what? They're not trying to win. They've told us that. So my thing is, now that you told us that, you expect us to, then you can get up and say that? Oh, we going to do this, we going to do this. I can't speculate. And it's just like, but you're sending out messages through people saying, we're going to tank and we're going to lose games. And you just lost games last year. What do you think was going to happen? Like, why? In what world and what business can you still consistently lose, shortchange your customers, act like you don't care, but then you're upset because we're like, dude, at least give an account for something. I don't understand it. I just don't simply get it. Like, why are you mad at us? We should be mad. You mad at me for like y'all the one losing. We just want to know what's going on. You know it's tough. Even when Tyvis ain't got nothing.
I was gonna say, Tyvis.
When Tyvis ain't got nothing, it's bad.
I mean, what do you think, Tyvis? Would you, as a player, did you want your coach to be honest with the media at all, or did you not want him to be honest with the media?
I think the problem with today's society, like the new generation, is that it's the social media aspect. Like, it was obviously when I played, it was a thing, but it's much bigger now. So players are gonna look. I know they look. Heck, I just talked to one 2 weeks ago, and he told me, he said, I look at everything you be saying.
Yeah. One of the Brown players told you that?
So I know they.
You gonna tell us who it is?
Yeah, you know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so the thing is, I don't like the fact that, what I don't like about it is media or us people, not us, y'all, you media people.
Oh, stop already.
You media people.
This guy, that's your
it's
boy.
It's a bunch of stuff that gets spewed out, right on social media, where it's like, not a player is thinking like, I wonder if that's true. Like, if I'm feeling like, if that's how they really feel.
Well, give me an example.
I don't know, like, just look at a player that's playing bad. And then Kevin, you'll ask Kevin about the player, and Kevin will say, we're going to keep all those conversations indoor. I'm not going to talk about that here. Okay. So let's say I'm a player. If me and him hasn't talked about it, but I'm on social media and it's like, the Browns need to move on from this guy. This guy ain't great, and the coach ain't saying nothing to me, but he talking about we keeping conversations indoor. Like, it gets tricky, because now I'm starting to feed into how do they know these? How do they know this stuff? How do they know what's going on in this building? Somebody must have told them something that's inside the building. So now my mind,
guys talk off the record.
My mind as a player is wandering. Where if he would have just said what he said in the press conference, it'd be like, all right, we know what it is. Everybody know what it is. We got to understand it. If he is having them conversations, it's still frustrating, because I know what he said.
Yeah.
But I'm still seeing it on social media. It's a different message on social media. So to me, I think that ultimately it's just better to just say what it is to the media, so everybody on the same page, and you ain't got to worry about writing these other stories. The player know exactly what it is, and everybody in the world know what it is. So I think that would probably. So to answer the question, yes, it would be more beneficial for him to just be out.
On a side note, social media is really the worst thing that's ever happened
to everything.
It's the worst. There are benefits of it, but it has led to so much of the bad things in this world, I believe.
I mean,
and now, dude, and not to get this is probably a rabbit hole, but with the AI and stuff, like
you don't know what's real anymore.
It's really difficult to find out what's going on. Like my wife will be like, "Honey, did you see this?" And she shows it to me, and it's like, "That's not real, honey."
Yeah,
like I know it's not real.
That's definitely not fake. That's definitely. But here's the thing: to be honest, right? I mean, the bubonic plague was kind of bad. I mean, the Spanish Inquisition.
I get it.
The Salem witch hunts was kind of.
I'm just saying, it's.
We're talking about our world we live in.
Right.
Media.
I get it.
It's not helpful.
It's not the worst thing ever, but it is destroying. And I was actually listening to Howard Stern, who I don't listen to as much as I used to, and he made the point that like with all this AI now, it's like it's going to stop people from being creative. Because what's the point? What's the point of working hard? What's the point of being creative if you could just push a button on the computer and get it?
I always say this. There's always a reset button in society.
I hope so.
The pendulum always swings, and then there's something that comes with. And I mean, look, we don't really want to. I mean, COVID changed the world. Like there's certain things that happen in life that change the fabric of society. So there's always boiling points. There's always times where social media is tough. Like you do have to censor yourself. You do have to, you know what I'm saying, take a break from it, and you do have to have some level of discernment about what you watch and how you move with it.
The funny thing is like we often react to Twitter as if that's what everybody thinks. When the percentage of people that are actually on Twitter is not very large.
Somebody said,
we forget that.
Somebody, the scary part is I watched this documentary and they talked about I think it's called the dead internet theory. They think that there is less than 10% of the people, the internet is a people. Like 90% is all bots and all like fake AI stuff. Like people are saying like people really aren't like them profiles
aren't interacting.
Like these are all like
it's crazy.
And so when you think about it, how scary is that? Because I mean, that could definitely be true. How many, people we argue with back and forth, and it has a circle with a letter T on it, and you're like, or J.
You talking about on the internet?
Yeah, like nameless faces.
The internet is good and bad. It's good.
Of course,
it's good because now you can have some fans that you can interact with that you probably never ever would have interacted with because you probably get mobbed by thousands of people. It's been so many times that I've made somebody's day, or they like you probably not even gonna see this, and you get a. You see it, just so happen to see it, and you chat back, and it just makes their day.
And you want to have those interactions.
Right. But then at the same time,
so much bad
stuff. Then at the same time, if you playing and you ruin somebody's parlay, they calling you the N-word and threatening your whole life and do all that. So then you got to deal with that too. So it's just good and bad. I think that both the extreme of the bad outweighs the good a little bit in that situation. So that's why some people's like, I'm not even going to be on social media, which is not a bad idea.
I've recently taken it all off my phone. I still use it sometimes, especially when I'm like watching the Browns game. I'll tweet something or whatever. But like I'll put it on my phone during the Browns game, and then when the game's over, I delete it back off my phone again. Because there were nights where like my son is at swim practice and my wife's busy with something, and I'm just sitting there scrolling through Instagram like a mindless robot.
You put the barrier in place.
Oh, you saying that you wouldn't pay attention to your son's activity? You was on the phone?
No, like I had free time, but I shouldn't be spending my free time scrolling through stupid videos on Instagram,
and
then I'm just getting myself aggravated.
That's a fact.
Now, not to get too off into this thing, but shout out to the chat. I mean, we probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the internet. Shout out to the internet. It's good and bad. I just think sometimes you kind of have to reprogram yourself because when you scrolling, it's like. That's dopamine. Like it's like you getting think about all your sensations. It's a hot girl on one swipe. The other swipe, somebody got in a car accident. Another swipe, there's a flood. Then another swipe, you see somebody with a car and a bunch of money. Like it's every emotion that you go through, and then you get off thinking like
it's digital heroin, dude.
Yeah, you just be like, digital heroin is a crazy app. Digital heroin and stores coming up mixtape with your boy G Baby. Yeah. Make sure you go get that, download that on all platforms.
This
iTunes, Spotify.
First of all, there's only one G Baby, and you're not going to disrespect him. R.I.P. to G Baby.
This was the exact quote Stefanski gave when he was asked about a timetable for Shedeur with 8 games left. I just want to read this exact quote because this will bring us back to where we started before we brought in Mary Kay. Stefanski said, and I quote, "I don't think it's fair to speculate. We're committed to getting better as an offense. Dylan is certainly committed to improving every which way he can. All the while, all our players, young players, are developing and working so hard behind the scenes to make sure they're getting better on a daily basis." End quote. And that was his quote on a possible timetable for Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, that's not. No, it's not, because he didn't say anything. He didn't actually say anything about Shedeur.
That's my point.
Body language experts would tell you, first and foremost, you get people on the stand and you look at them and you look at the mannerisms. I think it's alarming that he can't say this dude's name. When he says specifically about a question about Shedeur Sanders, he pivots to young players. If you ask him a question about Quinshon Judkins, he's going to say Quinshon Judkins. He's going to say Carson Schwartz. He's going to say Dylan Gabriel. He won't. When he talks about Shedeur Sanders, it's young players in a vague general topic. Like, if I didn't have a problem with nobody, I wouldn't be able to say Dustin, Tyvis, and Bull. Like, right? Like, I would just be like, you know what? I'm not going to talk about anybody.
He's probably annoyed a little bit by talking about the backup quarterback. All coaches are,
yes.
In those situations. And like, honestly, guys, Shedeur just must not be ready at all.
Or maybe he has no ability to it.
Or Stefanski has maybe he doesn't have a say. I don't know. Something's going on, because if we thought, like, we all think Shedeur might give you a chance, at least it's worth seeing, right? Don't you feel like?
Of course.
And it's not happening. So how bad do you think it really is?
I'll ask y'all, have y'all ever played with somebody who was nice? You know what I'm saying? Nice at the position. But, like, he did something, or, like, the coach just really didn't mess with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, man, this dude be balling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he should get some tick, but the coach just
get some run. Yeah,
he should get some run. You'd be like, why didn't he get no tick? And he'd be like, man, I don't even know, bro. Like, he be killing in practice, but coach don't mess with him. Sometimes, bro, like, you get dug in on certain things, and you just, like, that's just what it is. Like, you like, all right, well, I don't feel him like that. Like, and especially this is the root problem when you got two different people and two different mindsets about what they want to see in a quarterback.
See, this is my thing, and this is where I have the problem.
Last thing is we got Mary Kay. Go ahead.
Quickly, this is where I got the problem with Kevin a little bit. It's because, remember the preseason game against the Rams where Shedeur wasn't doing well and he pulled him out in the 2-minute because he wanted to save him from hurting himself, allegedly. With Dylan Gabriel, I would argue that he might be regressive, and yet he has not pulled him out not one time to save him from himself. Even with DTR, they pulled him and saved him from himself. Why is it that Dylan goes through it all?
Through the fire.
I don't know. It's not like he's a first-round pick, so I don't know. All right, Mike, let's bring Mary Kay in.
Yeah, we'll get Mary Kay in after a quick word from the Home Builders Association. Gift big this year with the Home for the Holidays raffle. You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or a cash prize and help make the wishes come true for Make-A-Wish kids with critical illnesses. All raffle proceeds benefit Make-A-Wish OKI, which has granted over 22,000 wishes to children in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana since 1983. This year's house, a custom-built ranch by Petros Homes, and has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a 3-car garage. Also includes amazing features like a great room with vaulted ceilings, an unbelievable kitchen with beautiful finishes, and a large hidden pantry, a mudroom with a unique pet shower station. One lucky winner will be announced on Christmas Eve, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidays.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidays.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Mary Kay, how are you? Thank you for joining us. I have to ask you a question that is completely unfair, but I got to ask. Would the Browns beat reporters, as the leader of the Browns beat reporters, may I request that you guys at Kevin Stefanski's next press conference immediately stand up and walk out in protest of the fact that he does not give anybody a straight answer, no matter what question you ask him? Is there any chance that will happen?
No, that won't happen. And you have to remember that I cut my teeth in the Bill Belichick era. Remember that?
True.
So,
yeah.
My whole first 5 years as the main beat writer of the Cleveland Browns, I got plenty of non-answers from Bill Belichick. So I'm very used to it, and these guys can do whatever they want. Now, we know Kevin has it in him to answer questions. When he wants to turn it on, he can really do that. So it's not like he just doesn't have the personality or whatever the case may be, because when he wants to, he can. He just doesn't choose to much of the time.
How frustrating is that, honestly, when he just doesn't even really give you an answer to what you want to know?
Well, it's frustrating, but like I said, I learned early on in my career to work around it. You talk to players, you talk to other coaches. I'll tell you what, the assistant coaches are great quotes. Almost all of them are amazing quotes. We talked to Jacques Césaire and Mike Bloomgren last Friday, and they were both incredible. So we have enough to work with, and that's just how Kevin is going to do the job right now in terms of the media part of it, and there's just nothing we can do about that.
Yeah.
Mary Kay, let me ask you, give the fans something. Why should fans show up to this game on Sunday? What was something positive that you took away from this last game that fans should be like, you know what, that is exciting, let me go see them this Sunday?
Well, I think there are a couple of things, if you're a Browns fan, that you can get excited about right now. First of all, I think Myles Garrett is having, obviously, a fantastic season. I would argue in some cases he might even be having his best career season. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. And then Carson Schlesinger. You just can't say enough about the season that Carson Schlesinger is having. And that was one of the good quotes that Kevin has provided us in the last month, was yesterday when he was asked about Carson, and he went to bat for him as NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, saying that he has Wolverine blood. So Carson is doing an amazing job, and he's somebody that Browns fans can hang their hat on and get excited about. And I think you can look at some of these other rookies. Quinshawn, right? If you can find a rookie who can come in here and ease the loss of Nick Chubb, I think that says a lot. And I think that Quinshawn Judkins is doing just that. He's really, really good, and he's somebody that Browns fans are going to really enjoy watching over the next how many ever years. And there are other players in that category too. I would say Harold Fannin is going to be really good. So there are a bunch of really good young players on this football team that will form the foundation of a, I don't know if I should say Super Bowl window, but the sort of their second Super Bowl window that they're trying to build here over the next 3 or 4 years. So that's what I would say going forward. I don't know about that way, but we'll see.
Mary Kay, I'm sitting here looking at this, and Dee Podesta leaves last week, and he moves on to the Colorado Rockies. You have Andrew Berry, who didn't speak at the bye week. Then you have Kevin Stefanski, who seemed to be caught off guard a little bit by the Joe Flacco thing. Heading into one of the most pivotal off seasons in memory that I could think of, because, they're trying to move into a whole new stadium. They got to figure out what's going on with the coaching staff and what's going on with this quarterback. Given the fact that all of these different things, do you believe that the Cleveland Browns front office, coaching staff, and ownership are all still in lockstep and all on the same page as we speak?
Well, as we move forward through the rest of the season and head into the offseason, here's the truth of the matter. We do not know what Jimmy Haslam is really thinking. We don't know what the ownership group is really thinking. What we do know is that he told us back at the owners' meetings that he wasn't going to really necessarily hold Kevin Stefanski or Andrew Berry's feet to the fire this season when they knew that their quarterback situation with Deshaun Watson did not work out, and that they were going to be trying out these two young quarterbacks in Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, and this was not a year that they were expected to contend for maybe the playoffs, but certainly not the Super Bowl. So I don't know if Jimmy is going to be able to keep that continuity and the alignment that he values so much. I think some of it will depend on how this team finishes out the season. I think you want to see smart, tough, accountable football. I don't think they played that way on Sunday. I think those gaffes at the end of the game were inexcusable. I think the two returns for touchdowns were inexcusable. So I think they all need to play a whole lot better and play a whole lot smarter moving forward. I do not know what Jimmy is thinking. I don't think anybody knows what Jimmy is thinking. He's going to keep that very, very close to the vest until they decide after the season what they want to do when they look at everything like they always do. So I can't answer that question right now, but I do know that Jimmy values not blowing things up if he doesn't have to.
We think Jim Schwartz could ever be a head coach again?
I think he can be. I definitely think that he can be, and I think it's unfortunate that he doesn't get more looks or more attention in that regard. I thought after their 2023 season that he should be somebody that they should take a look at. But, a lot of times you go with the it guy, you go with the young guys, and some of these older coaches, they don't get their opportunities anymore. But I think somebody would be very, very smart to bring him in, interview him, and see what he's got going, because I think he's really evolved over the years. I think he's an excellent coach. I think he works really, really well with players. He's great with the media. I think he's a great candidate, and somebody would be smart to give him a shot.
Mary Kay, I know we've already talked about the fact that Kevin doesn't answer the questions, but when he was asked about Shedeur Sanders, he wouldn't even say his name. He said he didn't want to speculate about it. So the way I read that, again, maybe it doesn't mean anything, but the way I read that is the only way Shedeur Sanders is going to play is if Gabriel gets hurt or, I guess, Jimmy forces his hand. Do you think it's that case or no?
I think they're going to take it week by week. I think they're going to see how it goes as the weeks go by. And what we do know about Dillon Gabriel is the fact that the Browns wanted to give him a good long look. They're trying to develop this rookie and see what they have in him. And he was their third-round pick. So a lot of people say, well, why don't they turn it over to Shedeur this week? Why would you only want to give Dillon Gabriel 5 weeks and you're going to give Shedeur Sanders 8 weeks? So that doesn't really make sense to me. I think in terms of Dillon Gabriel, I think he showed some things in this Tommy Rees called offense. I think it showed a little bit of promise. I liked it better. And I think that those two deserve a chance to work together a little bit more. And also, when you look at this football game, when you look back at this game, it was, of course, an uneven performance by Dillon and everyone. But he was also sacked 6 times. He did not have a lot of great protection. He didn't necessarily get as many, he didn't get as much help from his skill players as he probably could have used. He made enough of his own mistakes on his own to cause his own problems, but it was a collective thing. The key point here that I would like to make is the fact that he had a chance, or would have had a chance, to go out there and try to pull off a come-from-behind victory if those 2 defensive penalties did not happen on that last drive of the Jets. He should have had the ball back with 1:50 left and 2 timeouts remaining. And with what they did to the Jets on the previous drive, with Dillon scrambling for 19 yards and 15 yards and hitting Fannin for a 12-yard pass on 3rd down, it might have been pretty good for him to go out there and execute a comeback against this Jets defense. So we would be talking about him in a much, much different way, perhaps, if those 2 penalties didn't happen.
Mary Kay, who do you think is the most talented quarterback on the roster?
Right now, the most talented quarterback on the roster. Well, I don't know if you can throw Deshaun Watson into that mix right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you throw him in there, yeah.
Okay, if I throw him in there, I would say that he's probably the most talented quarterback on the roster right now, just by virtue of the fact that he's made 3 Pro Bowls. And most of the other guys are either rookies or very young players. I mean, so I would have to say that, we haven't seen Deshaun Watson since the second Achilles surgery that he had in January. But just in terms of his overall skill set, his experience, and his Pro Bowl pedigree, I would have to say Deshaun.
So you think they open up his window to see him soon?
Although, Kevin, the way he answered that question didn't make it seem like he was not going to see him.
Well, I wrote a story this morning. I posted it probably a couple of hours ago that they're not opening the practice window this week, but I do think that they will open it at some point over the next few weeks. That is my gut feeling on that. And to hear Bill Musgrave talk about Deshaun box jumping and all the things that he's doing, it almost seems like there is some sentiment for seeing him play this season. I don't know if it will actually happen. They're keeping that very close to the vest. They're always very mum about Deshaun. It's almost like he's the one who shall not be named half the time. But I do think there's a world in which he might get on the field this season. I just don't know if it would be before they would play Shedeur. I think that that would be very controversial if they did that. But I think there's a world in which he's going to play.
Yesterday, Kevin Stefanski said that he has all the faith in the world that Bubba Ventrone's still the right guy to lead the special teams unit. Mary Kay, were you surprised that he gave Bubba the full endorsement after what we saw on Sunday?
No, not really, because these guys don't like to make changes during the season. So, they don't make knee-jerk reactions, and they really try to exercise patience during the season. We've never really seen anybody just completely fired during the season, even when there were times when it felt like they should have been. So I think this is one of the things that they will probably look at after the season along with everything else. But a mid-season change, I really didn't think they were going to do that.
Thanks, Mary Kay. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again next week.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, awesome. Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland.com, of course.
That is our Hall of Famer,
yes.
Mary Kay Cabot. We're going to go from one beat reporter to a former NFL player. We're going to bring Sean King into the mix after a quick word from Rippling. If you're a business owner, here's the truth. SaaS promised to make work easier, but now the average company is buried by hundreds of apps that slow down your teams and simply don't work together. That's not SaaS. That's sad. Software as a disservice, and that's exactly why you need Rippling. Rippling is a unified platform for global HR, payroll, IT, and finance all in one place. They've helped millions of businesses replace a mess of disconnected tools with one system designed to give leaders clarity, speed, and control. And right now, you can get 6 months free when you go to rippling.com/LockedOnNFL. That is rippling.com, rippling.com/LockedOnNFL for 6 months free. Terms and conditions apply. And with that, it's time to bring in everyone's favorite, Sean King. Sean King with his bi-weekly cigar, chilling with the chain on today. What's up, Sean?
Hey, you got the crazy Cuban on today.
This is like DJ Khaled out here.
Khaled.
Is it a Khaled?
Khaled,
even I know that.
Like Rick Ross.
Rick Ross?
Hey, this is what you,
man. They're all bosses, aren't they?
This is what you call a victory cigar.
What's your victory?
What are you celebrating?
What you celebrating?
I'm celebrating all the times I've come on this great show and been 100% correct. And nothing's changed.
What specifically are you correct about that you're celebrating right now?
I said they should have alternated starts for this particular reason. When you don't alternate starts, now if you give the other young quarterback a chance to start, it looks like you're giving up on the one that's currently playing. Secondly, I said the most egregious draft pick in the entire 2025 draft was Dillon Gabriel. There's no way, if you have any idea what you're looking at, that you could have a third-round grade on Dillon Gabriel. And think about this now. They traded out of the number 2 slot, right? And added and accumulated a lot of draft capital. So you can make an argument they could have gotten back in the first round and select Jackson Dart. You can also say if they didn't want to trade back into the first round, they had, the first and fourth pick of the second? Tyler Shook went to the Saints with the 7th or 8th pick of the second. Only a small sample size, but he's shown more potential in that sample size than we've seen from Dillon Gabriel in 4 or 5 games. So the pick is looking more egregious by the day. The fact that they won't move away from Dillon Gabriel and admit that they made a huge mistake and at least see what they have in Shadur Sanders makes them not just look like a bad organization, but it makes them look dysfunctional. And right now, I think they're the laughingstock of the National Football League.
Can't disagree with anything there.
No, yeah, fair enough.
When you look... All right, so I want to see. I'm trying to work on different things. I want to move away from emotion. Just strictly speaking, in terms of what you are seeing from Dillon Gabriel. What is it that you're seeing that's causing him some troubles, and why you believe that there was no way he was a top 100 pick?
He did not have the traits of an elite starting quarterback in the National Football League. Couple that with he's very undersized. Like, what are we banking on that gets better or that can carry him over an extended period of time? Like, it'd be one thing if he was this size, but he was a Kyler Murray type athlete. Okay, I'm not a big Kyler Murray fan coming out of college, but as an organization, you can sell your fan base, extremely athletic, mobile. He's going to run around. He's going to be the Black Doug Flutie. I can get it. But Dillon isn't that fast. He's not that agile. He's not big. He doesn't have a big-time arm. He's not overly accurate on a consistent basis. Like, I just don't know what was the process. What happened during the evaluation process that made them say this was our guy? Like, I'm watching the same film, right? I went back and rewatched a lot of it to see if I missed something, and I came away thinking the same thing. It's just a terrible evaluation by Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski. You can't blame Dylan Gabriel because he did what any player would do that was drafted ahead of what he – right.
I kind of feel bad for him. He was put in a terrible spot.
Right. Yeah, this is a terrible eval by Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski.
You know, Sean, usually when you see a quarterback go out there, a lot of the times you see a lot of success early on. And that's because some teams aren't used to seeing what you are. You know, but now that you've 4 or 5 starts, they got tape on you. Would you say over his 5 starts that he regressed?
I don't think he regressed. I think teams know he's very unwilling to throw the football down the field. So they've tightened up a lot of their underneath coverage. They're willing to take more chances and just bank on the fact that he can't make them pay. And you know, a couple of throws in the Jets game, I was like, holy goodness. it's some like, I mean, it's one thing to miss some throws, but I mean, he had a couple off-target throws. I was like, wow. So what happens if teams aren't afraid of you going down the field and really making them pay for being overly aggressive? Then they're going to continue to put you in spots where you got to prove to them that you can do it. And I just think, and this is not me attacking Dylan Gabriel. This is me saying what really should be under the microscope is the evaluation process of Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski for, first of all, bypassing Jackson Dart and Tyler Shook and then overdrafting Dylan Gabriel.
Where do we go from here with this offense? I mean, they obviously changed play callers this week and went with Tommy Rees. I don't think things looked any different outside of the one drive they had. Like we were talking about the games left. Will they win more than 3 games? They've got 2 wins right now, and they play the Titans, they play the Raiders. You know, there's a couple other they may be able to win. I'm not sure if they can. Do you see them winning 3-4 games? Can they win 2 more games?
So here's the dynamic in the National Football League that I have not mastered. Are you moving on from Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski? Like, you've got to make that decision to me if you're Mr. Haslam, right? Because 2 things can't be true in this situation. Like, what's best for the organization can't be what's best for Berry and Stefanski, right? What's best for the organization is to lose all the rest of the games and potentially have the number 1 pick next year in the draft. Even if you don't find it desirable, you can trade out and add more assets. But what's best for Stefanski and Andrew Berry is to scratch, claw, fight, play with grit and determination, find a way to win 2, 3, 4 more games, you know, even if they're ugly, to show some kind of improvement. So I think this has got to start up top. I think Haslam has to make a decision. Am I rolling with these guys or am I not? And then I think as an organization, it's easier to move on from there and make the decision, you know, based on what you just asked. But not knowing is an impossible spot to be in.
You know, Sean, we take a look, and I've always said this, you know, people in Cleveland seem to always make the same mistakes and not understand and learn from them. I'm looking at, you know, this year's draft class, and I'm looking at this offense, and week by week, you got tackles that's just, I mean, the offensive line is just, it's in shambles. I mean, you're the first one to say, you know, you talked about David Njoku not running well. The best play they got is Malachi Corley on a reverse, a little end around, and they keep getting yards on that. You know, your number 1 receiver, Judy, he still was dropping some balls that he should have.
He had his best. Give him a break. This week he played well.
I mean,
he finally had a good game. Let's not kill him this week.
I mean, it was a little drop. The best Dylan Gabriel balls hit him right here. Pow! And missed.
Remember having a drop this week.
He had a drop.
It was his best game of the year.
I'll give it. I'm not. This ain't a Jerry Judy.
He's right.
This ain't a Jerry Judy. I'm killing him. But what I'm saying to him is, man, the way they handled this quarterback situation, I'm going to just be honest with you. I cannot allow them to look at another quarterback. I cannot allow them to even interview, go see him on the road, send these scouts. I don't even want them to meet them at the front door of Berea. I don't want them next to any evaluation, because when you start to look down the road, and the fact that they still continue to tell us that Dillon Gabriel he's ready and this guy ain't ready, why would I even listen to you? My thing is, Sean, I'm looking at it like this. The narrative is that these guys ain't ready. They are not qualified to say who's ready or not in any circumstances. How can you theoretically bring them back and you still need to talk about a quarterback? How can you do it?
Bush, now, Bush, I don't want to make Dustin mad, because I know Dustin gets mad when I go too hard.
Oh, come on.
But
Dustin's out on him. The tide has turned in the city.
All right, to double down on your opinion, don't forget, this is the same brain trust that decided to go and trade for Kenny Pickett. And the same brain trust that said, we're going to start Joe Flacco. But obviously, they weren't committed to Joe Flacco, because when things didn't start off in a positive manner, they traded him in the division. Like, this is the worst 6-month stretch of an organization and the quarterback position I think we've ever seen. Like, they just bundled this time and time again. Why do you trade for Kenny Pickett and bring in Joe Flacco? Like, what was it in your Kenny Pickett evaluation? You had to think, okay, we're going to give him a legitimate shot, right? And hope that he's Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold or one of these first-round quarterbacks has failed a couple times and gets another shot. Otherwise, why'd you trade for him?
Right.
Like, if you're going to start Joe Flacco week 1, like, what happened between week 1 and, week 4? That made you say, okay, this was the wrong decision.
And really quickly, just a little extra, Sean, and just to throw this out at you, how is it that Joe Flacco, the guy that you started, he didn't play all that well, but they did beat the Packers, right? They did beat them, and he only got 4 weeks. But they're telling us we got to be patient with Gabriel, and he gonna get the runway. And then Flacco goes out and throws for thousands of yards, and we're like, well, hold on. You just told us that wasn't good enough, and he got 4 weeks as a veteran that you put your stamp and flag on. But I just don't understand it. I'm confused. I don't know.
And I know it might have been crazy when I first recommended it, but this is why I truly believed in what I said when I said they should alternate starts. Because here's the problem with moving away from Dillon Gabriel. I think it was a terrible evaluation, right? I said maybe the most egregious draft pick of the entire draft, but they made it. And now to then say you're going to give up on your young quarterback in less than half a season's worth of games, you see predicament they're in. And I think I've always said, I said last time I was on here, and this is why I wanted to apologize to Dustin, because people cut that clip up. It made it look like I was attacking you when I wasn't. But I was 100% being honest that Dillon Gabriel's never been better than Shedeur Sanders. Ever. Not at any level. And you guys know I'm not even the biggest Shedeur Sanders supporter. Now, I'm not one of these prime sexuals or stands but I'm saying if you know what you're looking at, Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel's not better than Shedeur Sanders, dog.
I like that.
But as an organization, because you took him in the 3rd round, to then give up on him before, it just compounds the error even more.
So, Sean, up to you. Shedeur starting this week. Like, you're over the experiment. Let's just turn the page. Like, is that what you're saying? It's time?
You know, sometimes in life, man, you got to be willing to be like, I was wrong. You know, let me learn from that and let me move forward and try and do the right thing. And I think that's where Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski are really struggling. And think about that. This is still the group now that gave Deshaun Watson $250 million guaranteed. So, I mean, this is just getting worse and worse. They might be able to do a 30 for 30 on just the Browns handling of the quarterback position, like, over the last 4-5 years. Like, this is getting bad. So, at some point, you got to just say, you know what? We aren't very good at this. Let's do the obvious, which is go to the more talented young quarterback. And to be honest, it's super unfair to Shedeur Sanders. Because if he doesn't come in and look like the next coming of some elite player, guess what? They're going to be switching up on him too. So they've mishandled this in it is really great because it gives people stuff to talk about nationally. And when your team is losing, you can say, at least we're not the Browns. But as far as the well-being of the career of these young kids, this has been mishandled.
Yeah.
So it's the Browns. So if it were another team, this wouldn't even be a conversation. But you know this team is probably going to play Deshaun Watson at some point, aren't they?
If I was Deshaun, there's no way I would ever tell the doctor I felt good enough to come back and play this season.
Why is
ultimately
that?
It's going to come down to
Why do
him.
you say that?
Because the one unspoken thing that people don't want to acknowledge is a lot of the guys on the Browns now already are me guys. They just trying to get their numbers and make sure that their resume look good this year. But there ain't a whole lot of guys showing up on Wednesday like, man, let's lock in. Let's be on top of the details. Let's make sure we find a way to win this game this Sunday. Like, that thing is dysfunctional. Guys are already booking flights for after the last game. Where you want to go? You want to go to Hawaii? You want to go to St. Tropez? Like, man, guys are already checking out mentally. So for Deshaun, there's no way I'm putting myself back into that mix when I can potentially sit out and get a whole new regime and get a fresh start myself.
Dang, that's kind of crazy.
Like, let me say this. If I became the GM of the Browns, which I think, Mr. Haslam, if you're watching, the Haslam family, that would be the one way that the turnaround could happen expeditiously. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call Quinshon Judkins and Jerry Jeudy and Harold Fannin into my office. And I'm saying I'm going to build this offense around you three guys. So just give me time. I'm going to go out. I'm going to be very aggressive in free agency. I'm trying to solidify our offensive line from a talent and depth standpoint. I'm going to trade Njoku.
Well, he's a free agent after this year, so.
Oh, man, we missed the opportunity. Well, guess what? If they hire me now, with the trade deadline over to, man.
You got to eat that. And it's a dead cap hit.
It's a dead cap hit at $24 million,
right.
I think.
Right. Yep. So we're not re-signing Njoku. I just tell his agent, we appreciate your help. We're gonna move in a different direction, and I'm gonna be very aggressive in the draft on creating elite offensive talent. Like, I'm gonna tell Miles and Denzel, listen, I can't do a lot to substantiate where y'all are at this offseason. I gotta focus on the other side of the ball, but I promise you, I'm gonna have a group over there that you're gonna be proud to go to battle with every Sunday.
So
what you doing at quarterback?
I want
to know what you doing at quarterback.
Yeah, what do you?
So here's the thing with that position. I'm already playing Shedeur Sanders just because I want to give him some time to gain some experience. But being able to make the decision based on what they're currently doing, I don't think you can make that decision until this all season. And we got to see what happens. And I'm not saying that I would make this move, but there are going to be some moving parts. Is Arizona done with Kyler Murray? Is that what them continue to start Jacoby Brissett is saying? Here's one that nobody's talking about, and it's probably not likely, but it is something to watch. Brock Purdy's still not back in San Francisco. And I know the Niners just lost to the Rams, but Mac Jones has been playing really good. Is that just a byproduct of the system, or is Mac ready to take there are some guys that are maybe not household names that people might not have on the top of their head that I would be evaluating every snap. Because what I'm going to do at quarterback is create real competition.
But in the draft, Sean, what's your? Because we spoke a few weeks ago on my podcast, and I know you said you hadn't done a full evaluation yet. I think you were leaning towards Simpson. It's Simpson, right, from Alabama?
I had Simpson and I had Ty Simpson and Mendoza as my top two.
So has it changed, or are those still your top two guys?
It hadn't changed, but I ain't willing to ask either one of them to marry me yet. Like, I got to see the rest of this thing play out.
What's the upside on those guys? What's the upside on those guys? Like, where are they? Where do they slot in against the quarterbacks right now? Obviously, there's more to evaluate, but as of what you've seen so far, where do they kind of slot in against the quarterbacks from the last few years?
So this is a two-tier question. You want me to say what I think based on before the draft, or you want me to say based on what we now know about Drake May and Bo Nix and C.J. Stroud and all these after they've already played?
Well, do both if you could. Yeah, do both.
Right, because I obviously, I mean, and listen, here's where you got to be careful with Drake May, but he is playing at a look like the future of the organization level. Jay Daniels, C.J. Stroud all went through sophomore slumps. Drake May still is in his first 17 starts, right? So it's just going to be interesting. Is that a new trend with the young quarterbacks where they come out, they have a lot of success the first go through, and then for whatever reason, teams kind of get a little more comfortable with what they can and can't do and put them in some difficult situations, and they don't kind of live up to it. But, I mean, you got to think Drake May is looking like the real deal. Jaden's got to figure out how to stay healthy. Quiet as kept, Caleb Williams is getting better. Maybe him and Ben Johnson is the union that the player and the organization needed. Bo Nix, I'm still not a believer. I don't like my quarterback to be out there like the road runner, Speedy Gonzalez. Like, I like my quarterback to be a little more calm when it's chaotic. But Bo Nix is talented, and he'll make throws, and he'll make plays with his feet. J.J. McCarthy still in, the first couple starts. So, I mean, a lot of these guys, the book is still open. But as far as Mendoza and Ty Simpson, just from a ability standpoint, probably somewhere in the middle. Like, Mendoza throws a good ball. He's an okay athlete. But he looks so much better at Indiana than he did at Cal. Like, it's almost like a different player. So there has to be some hesitancy because can he repeat this? Ty Simpson just hadn't played a lot. And I like Ty Simpson a lot. I like Ty Simpson a lot. I've seen him handle adversity this year. I thought Mendoza, last drive against Penn State, but I got to keep it in perspective. Like, it's not like a number 2 in the country, Penn State. Like, this is a Penn State team that got the coach fired, that, you never really threaten when you play them because you're not afraid that they're going to get over 20 points, so I got to see Mendoza really get in a battle where he's got to win the game, if that makes sense. To me, that's where a quarterback really elevates himself. When he's in a game where he knows he's playing against another dude at quarterback, and no matter how good their defense is, they're going to give up some points. So he got to go out and be at his best, down in and down out. He got to throw the ball in rhythm, with ball location, under pressure. He got to understand on those 3rd and 4th and 6s when nobody's open, scramble and get the first down. He's got to get us out of a few bad play calls into a better call. Like, I'm looking at it from that prism. And the book is still open on Mendoza and Simpson, but right now they've separated themselves from the rest of the group.
Yeah, and I just want to follow up on that because it seems to me that both of those guys, they may both have this opportunity. I want to see those guys play against Ohio State. To me, right? That's the test.
Go Bucks.
Yeah.
So you got Julian saying as the Heisman, right, Sean?
I think he probably get like newcomer of the year for Ohio State. It's his first full year start. How you get an inter squad awards like within the team. Like, he'll probably get that, but
that's crazy.
No.
Why can't he get the Heisman, Sean?
Because it looks like. Well, here's the thing, and this is a testament to the quality of the program. It looks like in the new NIL area, it don't matter who the quarterback is at Ohio State because they're so elite around him. He really don't got to do that much. I mean, Walker Howard ain't never looked like that at Kansas State. Right? He get to Ohio State. He a national title winning quarterback.
So Sean, why did Joe Burrow win it then?
Well, Joe Burrow's a dude, like a real dude. But he also might have had the greatest collection of pass catchers in the history of college football. I mean, people forget. He was throwing to Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
So why can't Julian Saying win?
Sort of making Tyvis
well, first, hey, hold on now, guys. I don't know if you guys got. Hey, Mikey, can you pull up Burrow's stats that year LSU won it? Like Julian Saying ain't doing. He ain't putting that kind of work in.
He threw about 60 touchdowns, 60 or something.
I mean, he threw like 5,000 yards and like 60 touchdowns. Like,
I got you, Sean. In 15 games, Joe Burrow completed 76.3% of his passes.
Dude, I almost cussed.
5,671 yards.
Okay, hold on, go ahead. Say that, Mike. Hold on, y'all. Don't talk over this. Say that again so y'all hear this.
76.3% passing for 5,671 yards, 60 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions.
I disrespectful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What's saying touchdown interception right now?
I'm going to apologize to you, Adam the Bull. You are the representation of Joe Burrow here on the set. I apologize, Joe.
Julian's saying right now, I think he threw for.
He has 24 touchdowns and 4 picks.
Yeah.
So he throws 36 more touchdowns, and he's got 2,500 yards, just shy.
Thank you. Like, think about this, because I'm glad you brought that up. 5,600 yards and 60 touchdowns. Come on.
76% completion.
That's a career. That's a career for some guys, man.
That's crazy numbers.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
And he's Himothy. And he was smoking cigars at LSU just like Sean was.
That's ridiculous.
And he was invited to the cookout.
Yeah.
Get invited to the
and he got drip on. It's crazy. Yeah.
So who you got, Sean, for the Heisman?
I don't think anybody's won it yet. I really don't. I mean, when you look at Alabama's schedule, when you look at Indiana's schedule, I don't know. They're gonna give it to one of the quarterbacks, guys. And you know, I'm very opinionated. I take strong stances. I really don't know, man. Like, I don't see just a bona fide Heisman caliber player based on just what they did this season. I don't see that guy. I think it's one of them years where somebody gonna win it. But it ain't because I feel like they went out there every week and just proved like they're better than everybody else.
2 years ago, Caleb Williams won the Heisman, and he threw for 3,600 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 picks. For a comparison to what you guys were talking about with Burrow,
that's attainable.
Tells you that Burrow year was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That Burrow year.
Caleb Williams didn't have the talent around him that
Sean, let me ask you about
last question here, Ty.
Let me ask you really quick about Dante Moore, because I know he was in the mix for like quarterback 3. I know these past couple of weeks I think he got hurt in the Wisconsin game. His last game against Iowa, obviously they went on the road. They beat Penn State in Penn State. They beat Iowa in Kinnick. And he has a really good game-winning drive. He ain't throw no touchdowns in the game, but where do you see him as a prospect, or is he somebody that you think should come back for another year?
Big throw, I think it was on 3rd and long to use
it was a dime.
The go ball, yeah. So I think this is the one scenario where I like NIL in college. Because he has talent, but he's not ready to go and be a starting quarterback in the NFL. But coming back to Oregon, to me, would be the best course if he really wants a successful career in the NFL. Not just to be a guy that somebody overdrafts, that they put too much on too soon. But to go back to Oregon, he's going to get a couple $1 million and just keep working on his game. Because he's got some talent, but to me, he's not overall ready. Because he's real inconsistent. Like, he'll have like a drive where he looks great, then he'll have 2 where you're like, damn, Dante, are you point shaving? Like, let me check the gazelle and the cash app. What's going on? So
hey, they start auditing these cash apps. We all done.
Yep.
They start auditing them boys.
Sean, thanks, man.
All right, before I go, Lenore Sellers should come back to school too.
100%.
All right, guys.
Right. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, King for GM 2025.
Start tweeting out for you, Sean. Don't worry. That is the one and only Sean King. Always fun having Sean on, guys. We're gonna talk a little baseball to wrap up today's show. After a quick word, what's our last read, Steve? FanDuel. It's a perfect sponsor for today's Guardian segment, which I did not intend to do, but guess what?
Nice
That's
job.
the only one we have left. FanDuel's America's #1 sportsbook, the official betting partner of the NBA. And even if you missed the start of the game and want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. And right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when their first $5 bet wins. Head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. FanDuel is one of these sportsbooks, Bull, that has partnered with Major League Baseball now to put some limits on prop bets following the Guardians' indictments by the Department of Justice yesterday.
Yeah, that was quick action right there.
Go hand in hand together. These new prop bet limits, $200 max bet on any pitcher prop. They cannot be parlayed with other bets, so singularly speaking, they are $200 solo bets only. And Major League Baseball said this is, quote, an attempt to decrease the incentive for manipulation in Major League Baseball. Bull, do you think this will work? Are these enough to prohibit any shady business from happening in terms of this market gambling?
Listen, you never know, because the money that these guys did this for allegedly was not life-changing compared to what especially Class A had made. So guys will do things for stupid reasons. You never know.
They just thought there was no way they'd get caught.
They thought that, exactly.
It's like, it's just one pitch.
Right. So,
crazy.
But the fact that these guys are being now made an example of, and the fact that you've changed a limit to $200, I think will probably end that. Not that there won't be other ways to do things.
Why are we even betting on pitches?
That's what I don't understand either.
Listen,
I know, I get it. It's a quick fix. Like you can bet it, and then you can do it every single. There's 100 and some pitches a game.
People want that action.
I trust me.
You know,
as
you
get it. I get it.
I get on the game or hits or something or home runs. That's it.
Well, everybody can make their own choice, and that's it. They could have gotten rid of the prop betting altogether. They could have gotten rid of the pitch-by-pitch prop betting. They decided this was the way to do it. I mean, you're not going to be able to make any kind of serious money
you can't,
with a $200 max bet.
So you're saying that you can't parlay like hits and home runs?
No, you just can't. Well, I don't know.
If you parlayed a pitch with something else, you couldn't have a big payday.
So it's just pitches.
You can't do any pitch bets as part of a parlay.
Okay,
There's plenty still can do with the parlay.
No way.
Man,
it was smart to do something. In the end, I've said this once, I'll say it a million times. People criticize the sports, and I criticize all the sports a million times, for getting in bed with gambling. But the fact that gambling is legal, I think, is better because you're more likely to catch guys cheating.
Dude,
that it's legal.
I was telling Sarah this last night. I'm like, honey, they have so much data.
Yeah.
That these guys, the sample size is so big for like Class A that they know when something's off.
Right.
And then it's easy for them to okay, that was off. Okay, let's just double check. Oh, there's a $10,000 bet on that pitch. That's odd.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like, it's very simple to catch these guys.
Yes, and it was even more obvious with Ortiz because unlike Class A, who's an all-star, Ortiz was a guy that nobody was getting any action on because he's pretty much an unknown player. And so when there were big bets on his pitches, it stood out even more. That's why they busted him more quickly than Class A. It's really that simple.
Free Class A, man. Ortiz and Frank Lucas, that man. Told it all. Give me a pen and a pad. You gonna lighten my sentence? I got
Frank Lucas?
American Gangster.
I know who Frank Lucas is.
The OG.
First of all, but he ratted out.
Did you not see the end of American Gangster?
So you disagree with what he did?
Who?
What Frank Lucas did at the end of American Gangster. First of all, it was a movie. I don't know if it played out exactly that way.
You got caught, bro. Come on.
I completely agree with what he did, and I love that he got everybody.
No, that's not right.
No.
You got caught. You messed up. You got.
there's no honor amongst thieves.
Clearly,
there's not. By the way,
Kong ain't got nothing on me. That's a different movie.
Streets is a myth,
completely. A lot of people say, "How could you?" I mean, you threw your life away for $5,000, man. I was looking up this little study.
Yeah.
It says a high percentage of professional athletes experience financial issues, with statistics suggesting up to 78 to 80% of former NFL players, 60% of former NBA players face financial stress or bankruptcy within a few years of retirement. These issues are often linked to a lack of financial planning, supporting a large number of family and friends, and high spending habits and unexpected events like divorce or career-ending injuries. So to be honest with you, man, like a lot of people will say 5,000 is crazy. Why would you do this, man? Like these folks, a lot of people is living check to check.
Yeah.
Just like
it's hard to believe that with Class A in the prime of his career, but it's possible.
You know what the problem with what you just said and what this situation is? They're still playing and getting a check. That you just said these is people that have been out the league for
right. Exactly.
But if
they are seeing that check every Friday, maybe it's bi-weekly and every other week.
So
but they still get the check.
If you sitting on $20,000 in credit card debt with an interest rate of 12-15%,
you ain't got to pay the whole $20,000 in one check.
You got 2-3 mortgages. Right.
Well, that's your own fault.
Yeah,
I'm just. What I'm telling you is, I'm just trying to show you.
Yeah, I'm saying you're right. It is possible. Especially Ortiz, he hasn't made big time money.
Like
yet.
you got to think about it. Okay, you getting them checks like football players, right?
I know a person that used to get a check, blow a check.
Well, let me just tell you like this.
Yeah.
Let you have a child by multiple different people. You might as well go ahead and go to sleep. You might as well lay up under there. Listen, as a matter of fact, you might want to have a great relationship with your baby mom.
Does Ortiz or Class A guy
you better keep you one. Hey, listen, we gonna co-parent this thing. We gonna have to figure something out. Hey, if you need something, holler at your boy. I got you for Christmas. But don't put me on no papers.
They got these things called condoms, lambskins.
Let's go.
Plan B. All that.
All right.
We done dipped off into we didn't contraceptives.
On that note, we need a Trojan sponsor. Let's get the Super Chats.
We do have a sponsor for Super Chats. Let's
Not
say
Trojan?
hi. It's not Trojan. It's our best friend, Cody.
Brought to you by Lambskin.
Cody, rock it out.
I'm Cody Rourke from Locked On Broncos, and this episode is brought to you by Peloton. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. This is Peloton's most advanced equipment yet, giving you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, or you're cross-training with your favorite instructors like Alex Toussaint. It's training reimagined to make your workout more personal. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with features that help you plan, stay motivated, and hit peak performance. You can let yourself run, lift, flex, and go while Peloton handles all the rest. Plus, Peloton IQ provides real-time strength coaching, tracking your progress and suggesting weights that challenge you so you can get stronger. Plus, the new movement tracking camera, it counts your reps and corrects your form in real time, making sure every rep is safer and smarter. So, let yourself run, lift, flex, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
All right, guys,
So it's
time
3 for 3.
Super Chats.
Peloton. I just PR'd last night on my Peloton.
Right. That's Cody from Peloton. Rocking his Peloton.
5:10 output, 30-minute workout. What's up? PR.
All right, Super Chats. First one, Sir Diaz says, Jason's killing me with his takes because shaking my head. First on the Browns, now Cavs too. How is Evan going to be better than Spider in order for us to win the chip? As if the last 3 years star players weren't hurt.
Did he say Jason?
He said Jason.
Okay, he did say Jason.
That guy's saying that if the Cavs were healthy, they would have a championship. Everybody here knows the Cavs are not winning a championship. Mike knows that, right? You know
Next
that, Mike?
one, It's Your Boyos 1987 said, can someone contact the FBI to launch an investigation on Stefanski for throwing games?
That's going to be the newest one.
Stop giving him excuses for being crappy.
That's going to be the newest. Like they're going to wear they're going to wear that out. Call the FBI, get the tapes ready. FanDuel, they're going. That's shout out to FanDuel.
Burn a bell.
Heidelberg Dog says G. Bush is like the union guy from Four Brothers today.
Actually, to be truthful,
Union guy from
yeah,
that guy was although G. Bush is getting skinny now, but that guy was super skinny.
Yeah, man. Listen, I tell you,
he looks more like the other guy.
How much you down now, bro?
Hey, man, listen, I'm on iron and playing weight. I weigh like 281. Do not ever let me get to 270.
That's a great movie.
The Four Brothers?
Yeah.
The Four Brothers it was a great movie.
Primetime says, can these guys be fired? What are the terms of their contracts?
Who?
I mean,
what guys?
I think he means Stefanski and Barry, but I'm not sure.
I mean,
we never got
everybody
that.
can be fired.
It's not public record of what they're.
But their contract status doesn't matter. They can be fired whatever.
Jimmy Haslam has more money than
everybody else in Cleveland combined.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Everybody.
So he could
Renee Sand says Kevin clearly hates Shador. He can't even say his name. It's weird.
Say my name.
Say my name. Say my name. If no one is around you.
This is like doing a show with like 3 teenagers.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Maturity over there.
I mean, we're just trying to get through it, guys.
We could we play? Could this be the cast of Four Brothers? The remake?
Kinda.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. OG Powers says, how long are we gonna have to do this with Dylan? I've seen Concrete Dry. That's been more entertaining. I fall asleep in the game. Okay.
That's real.
Topo says there are 0 players calling for Sanders. He's clearly not ready. OG Power says I trust Flint, Michigan water before I trust Dylan to make a comeback in the rain.
Hey. Man, why you
Flint?
Why you messing with them folks'
Man,
water?
Why'd they catch a stray?
Yeah, why is Flint? Dang.
OG also said, let's see what Sean
Tropics.
King has in his cigar today.
Ganja.
That was the fattest blunt I've ever seen in my life.
You'd be dead.
Oh my God.
I think you'd be comatose if there was actually.
It's also, by the way, when Sean comes on, it's 9 a.m. in Vegas. Like, you got to remember, this is not lunchtime. This is a breakfast cigar that he's.
I mean, is a cigar? Is there a better time? Is it better to have a cigar at night than in the morning?
Apparently, if
I'm not a smoker, so I'm not.
There's no good time for a
the
cigar.
only way he get my
Cigars,
vote for
bro?
GM of the Browns is if he doing that.
If
he go to the draft and we see him on the field.
Every press conference, I want him smoking that cigar.
Do you know what type of stomach you gotta have to smoke a cigar? Like you will give it up.
By the way, that'd be awesome if Sean were since we know him, that'd be awesome if he was the GM.
Rahul Ganesh says, "What's up, guys? It's your number one supporter from India.
What's up?
What's up?
Bro?
Quick question. Which sports game have you seen where the result was so absurd you felt it may have been rigged?"
I never have watched a game ever and thought the game was rigged.
The Final Four, Iowa versus UConn, when they called that moving screen, when UConn had the ball, and Paige Beckers was about to shoot that shot.
The one I go to is the Rams-Saints NFC Championship on that pass interference.
When you think about these things, there's no upside to rigging that game.
They got money on it.
What's more likely? The game was rigged or the ref just screwed up?
He had money on it.
It's much more likely the game.
What's more likely, Clase spiking pitches because he just happened to spike a pitch, or because
he actually was throwing games?
I hear you. You're right, but
thank you. No, stop.
But wait a second.
The rest of what you're gonna say is irrelevant.
It's much easier to do something when it's one player doing something than a whole conspiracy of a league, which people.
Well, no, just that one ref in that one game was rigged.
Yeah.
I had a
Malik Beasley getting the ball and sprinting down court and dunking it to cover the spread.
I don't know if it was Sugar Ray Leonard that lost the junior boxing match in the Olympics, or was that Marvin Hagler who lost it? But he obviously won, and they said he lost. But I could be wrong.
Boxing, they're exactly.
Yeah.
That's shady.
That whatchamacallit took
Tennis.
a dive.
Tons of tennis
Who the
fixing
dude
matches.
Muhammad Ali beat? Joe Frazier.
Frazier took a
Dive.
dive.
Took a dive.
Nah, that sounds fishy.
Well, I got one I got to read for you.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Before we get to the one that you need to address, Sly says Dylan was a third-round pick, so he has to be a third-round talent. LOL. Hazy Eye Publishing says, Bull, you're full of it. To say McCarthy is no good, he doesn't have 2 Coach of the Years, but he does have a Super Bowl, took Dallas to 3 straight playoffs out of the 4 years he was there. He's definitely better than Stefanski.
Well, A, I didn't say he was better or worse than Stefanski. I didn't comment. B, whether a coach is good or not, saying you took a team to the playoffs 3 out of 4 years doesn't necessarily make you a good coach. You know, the Cowboys' problem hasn't been getting to the playoffs. They've gone to the playoffs most years, pretty much almost every year that Dak Prescott's been healthy. They just haven't done anything in the playoffs. And I don't think he's a particularly good coach. It ended very poorly. I heard a lot of, I don't know that I heard, that there was some of the things coming out of Green Bay, the way his time ended there, was like embarrassing. Like he was out to lunch as the team was practicing and all this stuff. So I don't think he's a very good coach. But whether a coach is good or not is mostly just an opinion. So my opinion is he's not good. If your opinion is good, okay, fine. I'm not saying he's not better. I mean, he's probably as good as Stefanski, if not better. Doesn't make him good.
Next couple, Medic says DG was nominated for Rookie of the Week. Shows how these awards mean nothing, just like the Associated Press Coach of the Year. Hard Pressure
First of all,
says,
Rookie of the Week is the stupidest award.
and there's
Number 2,
6
Dylan
nominees.
Gabriel was nominated for Rookie of the
Offensive Rookie of the Week. Yeah.
What?
There's 6 nominees. It's silly. It's silly.
That's the stupid. That's like Tyler Huntley making the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Hard
worst
Pressure says we should pick up Asante Samuel Jr. He's been cleared by the doctors. I'd also give Terrence Marshall a call. He's better than Isaiah Bond. Rahul says the Browns draft evaluation is inconsistent. If you see teams like the Ravens and Steelers, they pick the same players with a different name on the back. Rahul also says, to be honest, I respect you, G. Let's be fair. You were the one driving Flacco out saying, let's play the rookie. Now you're calling, why did they trade Flacco in 4?
I said, if you're going to play rookies and Joe Flacco, why would you trade Joe Flacco in the middle of the year when you said he was your starting quarterback? I mean, you already know who I would play. So, I mean, I'd have been playing Shedeur Sanders. So, I'm just telling you what they telling me.
Last but not least, Blue. Shout out to Blue. ESPN reported last season Stefanski had no interest in coaching Jameis, and when Watson was hurt, had him 3rd on the depth chart for Cincinnati behind DTR when he was clearly better. Sean said that Shedeur and Jameis are similar. In ways, do you see this being the same situation this year?
I just don't. I don't know what he looks at quarterbacks. All I know is the results is the quarterbacks don't be no good when he around. So I don't know.
We got all the super chats in today.
That was all the super chats for today.
Wow! Look at that.
First time in a while, I think.
But we always get through the super chats now.
No, some days we don't get all of them. Some days we do.
I don't think we got them all yesterday.
We got them all Monday. Did not get them all yesterday.
Yesterday was Monday.
Holy sh!
Schnikes.
It is Tuesday. You're right. We didn't get through them on.
I got to say, this whole clock change thing is screwing with me.
Really?
In a variety of ways.
Year.
I know it is, but for some reason this year, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
About maybe I did midweek last week with the action, but then the clock change.
Yeah.
This whole, night at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. I hear this is the last year they're going to do it.
What's funny is
Trump get rid of it.
I think they're going to get rid of it.
That was the one thing I agreed with him with, and he hasn't done it. Well, let's get on that.
Let's get on that.
When they change it, is this the permanent time or is moving up one?
Nah, the other one.
It'd be the other one.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, like my dog, we feed him at dinner at 6 o'clock, right? So
you got a dog?
Yeah.
When'd you get a dog?
He's had it for a long time.
3 years ago.
What? You never mentioned him.
Yeah.
He never gets any love on air.
He never got.
I don't bring up Crash. I'll show you a picture next time. But he'll if we don't feed him around 6, he'll give me one bark, reminding us that it's time to eat. But now he's been barking at like 5:15, and we're trying to hold him off because we want to get him to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, dog.
But in his little dog brain, it's 6 o'clock.
Come on,
Man, yesterday.
So do you can't even give it to him?
I try not to. Last night it was like 5:30. He's barking my dog does not bark much, but he was barking like a madman, and I'm like, I'll use the exact quote because it was something I was angry about at the time. I was like, let's cave like the Democrats and feed
we'll
him now.
Overtime. We're talking about Juan Thornhill's short tenure in Pittsburgh. Peace.